They finally found it.
That thing was so damn fucking quiet.
It was
All right, we're live. It says we're
live.
I don't know. I'm waiting.
Welcome to the show.
Waiting. Why is it waiting? It shows us we're live. There's that much of a delay.
You got a bird in the mouth.
Come on already. What the fuck? Here, try and log in. See if it's. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, that's usually about a 30-second delay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a pig. Oh shit.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's usually about a 30-second delay. All right. Well, we're live, guys. What do you want to talk about?
Hi everybody. We're about to go live. I got Ben here. Aric has his Overland's gonna be hanging out with us tonight. We're gonna be talking about our trip to the Western Sierras and some axes. So tune in on YouTube Live.
I would turn your volume off on.
I will, but
What do you want to talk about?
hi everybody. We're about to go live.
Booty boo.
There's a weird feedback too last time, so I'm not sure what that was. It might be that little refrigerator. I might turn that thing off on this one.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, we'll see. I can hear it during the recording, but afterwards when I listen back to it on the video, if you go watch the last live episode, there's a zzz, some hum in the mic. I don't know what it is. I haven't worked that out yet. But yeah, if anybody's watching live tonight with us, it might be a short one because our batteries are dead. I failed to charge.
Failed
But
to charge.
You can listen to the first half or watch the first half and listen to the second half afterwards.
Where's the battery that needs charging? Is it like that one?
Right here.
Oh, that one.
It's for
You
his.
can't just plug it straight in?
I have it plugged in, but it uses so much juice. It like literally, I can see it dropping as we record.
It's kind of like
Oh,
when
really?
he's driving his Tundra, he has to fill it up, and it's still burning more gas.
As I'm filling it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just because there's 5 cameras, everything's running at once, all this shit going on this little tablet, and it. Last time
It's weird. It doesn't just stay on though if it's plugged in.
you would think. Now, last time I had it 100%. It was a long episode, it was 3.5 hours, and like right at 3 hours and 25 minutes, it shut off.
Wow.
The iPad couldn't keep up with the charging. And I have like it's the older iPad too. It's not a new one, so I don't have like the speed charger.
I was gonna say, do you have a speed charger like a?
It's got the old USB, not the new C.
Ooh,
So it's slow charger.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
So we'll see.
at any rate, well, let's
But-
get going then.
All right, let me do our little intro music.
Do it.
Ready? Welcome back, everybody, to the Average Overlanders podcast. I'm Jared,
And I'm Ben.
and tonight we got once again with us is Aric as his Overland. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, gentlemen?
Welcome.
We're doing good.
Your beard is well groomed. I like
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manicured.
It needs some trimming.
Yeah. Well, have you seen mine? I have a bush on my face.
I know. I like it. I want to
Got some
cuddle it.
shrubbery.
yeah.
I want to cuddle it, stick my nose in there.
Ooh,
I have
yeah.
snacks in here. So
Little
Yeah,
butterfly
just
kiss your beard, you know?
my son just grabs it and just yanks it.
Oh, dude, it's so bad when they're little, dude. They just like get their fingers in there. They got that death grip and they won't let go. You're like,
Yeah, that's him.
yeah, it's awesome.
Well, welcome. And the reason why you're here tonight is, well, you're our friend, but also
Is
I
it a-
guess.
because you guys just went on a little treasure hunt
Yeah.
trip
Yeah.
/ expedition.
We might have seen a couple little teasers as we were, leading up to it. But yeah, we did the. I should get my little act out too. Huh?
Sorry,
The
I
Helko
should have
Hunt.
it
Yeah.
away from my head.
Yeah. You're doing it properly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a nice axes, man.
No, they're freaking dope, dude.
Yeah, they're heirloom for sure.
Yeah.
Pass them
I
down,
almost
man.
don't want to use it because I'm afraid to fuck it up.
Yeah, I think 395 Junkie.
Yeah.
Daniel,
Daniel.
he said that like because he got one of the nice ones or whatever in his package. He's like, I don't even want to use this, man. I just want to put it on my wall. I was like, dude, that's German steel. You better use that thing. He's like, okay, I'll use it.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, you got to use it.
Yeah.
It's a tool.
It is. You know, I mean, I was telling you before we started the podcast, my dad bought this like really nice, like, you know, axe and everything, and he used it, even though it was all shiny, mirror polish, you know, all that stuff. Splitting some wood, man.
Yeah, you have to with the tool, man.
Yeah.
Just don't bang it into the ground like I did with my Harbor Freight axe.
Oh yeah, you
Or just be prepared to sharpen it.
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't bring your sharpener with you. You know, like sharpen them on the spot for
I
everybody.
know, right?
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it.
Do you do the stone and all that stuff?
I just got the
Grinder.
the belt sander.
Oh,
Basically the belt grinder, and I could just knock out blades now because I had like the little tiny one for like, you know, pocket knives and stuff like that. And then, you know, I started doing all the axes that I have, and I used the little tiny one. Dude, no. Takes way too long. So then I just upgraded, got the full size one with all the different belts, and I could do the same thing, mirror finish on the whole thing if you wanted to, but reshape the blades to, you know, fit your needs or whatever. You can't by hand, dude. It just takes way too long.
You did my my Kershaw pocket knife, and it was, you know, it had a good blade on it or whatever, and then it just got dull over time. And then you got a hold of it, and that thing was like sharp.
Yeah.
You know, I was like shaving hairs off my arm with it.
Yeah. That's the same thing on your trip, you know, like when we went out to Sedona last time.
Yeah, with my dad and stuff like that.
They're like, can you shave with the axe? And I was zoop, and just took all the hair off. And Dad's like, what the shit?
Yeah, my dad was impressed. Yeah.
So, hey, man, you got to keep it sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we're a little worried. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Letting some people handle the axe. You know.
Yeah.
You might actually cut yourself. Yeah.
It's pretty sharp.
Yeah, I think my brother Noah was the one who was like, hey, man, I know how to chop wood.
Get out of
No, he
fuse.
doesn't. Don't give it to him.
Yeah. Might be a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah, but, well, cool. Well, would love to kind of hear about it. You guys literally just got back a couple days ago.
Yeah. It was rad because it was the first time I've ever been in that area. I've been in the area, but I've never like overlanded, you know, camped out and done that. Last time I was there, it probably was like with my dad when I was a kid or something, you know. But it was in the I guess the Western Sierras, the Sequoias.
Yeah. Like just north of like Kings Canyon, basically. Like on the west side.
Yeah, we were in like if you know where like Shaver Lake is, that's like the main lake up there. It's kind of like a big body of water, just kind of east inland of Fresno, I guess.
Wishon Reservoir, that whole area.
Yeah. No, it was a really cool area. I'm actually I definitely dropped a few pins along the way. I definitely want to go back there because there were some sweet spots, and it was over Labor Day weekend, so it was like there was a lot of people up there.
Yeah,
you know. So I mean, it wasn't ideal conditions as far as like finding. But I mean, we lucked out as far as finding spots and everything. But so the first night, actually, you went up like a day ahead of us, right?
Yeah. I took off after work on Thursday. Got up there around like 10:30 at night ish, and I went to because we had like an original like base camp type area plotted on our map. Like, hey, this is where we're all going to meet up, and if we can't meet there, we're going to meet at the secondary location type of thing.
We didn't know how many people are going to be up there. Yeah,
exactly. And I cruised in at like 10:30 night, and I'm like trying to check out the area, and I also don't want to wake up a bunch of people, make a bunch of noise, and kick up a bunch of dust, and you know all that shit. You know, I'm trying to be courteous.
Yeah.
But I'm driving through, and there's trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer just parked out in the woods, and I'm like starting to notice it's just trailers. There's no trucks around them.
Oh,
nobody's sitting around
dropping trailers.
People are like, it seemed like basically people were preparing for like Labor Day weekend and went out there like the weekend before, dropped their trailers off to like reserve their spots, and then left because nobody really showed up to those trailers until what was it like Friday night is when they started showing up. There's only one dude like camping out there, and he was the guy that was like running his generator at 5 a.m. Chainsaws like all day long, you know what I mean? But I think he was out there scouting for like hunting or something like that with one of his buddies, but.
Yeah, I guess it's popular for like a lot of people go up there just to go hunting and stuff like that. You know, Olaf and Paola were up there. Yeah, they wanted to just go hunt.
Yeah, they're big into archery.
Yeah, which is rad.
Yeah. I mean, I see their Instagram videos. They're always like doing archery.
I'd like
stuff.
to actually get them back on the podcast here because they just went to Africa hunting and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, they like literally just before this trip they got back and they were just out in Africa hunting. I wanted to ask him about it more when we were there, but I didn't get a chance to because we're just busy with everything else. But
did you do any camping?
And his truck is like since the last time they were on, their Jeep has done like so many changes. It's crazy. It's
really
fucking nice. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the the camper they have on there. It's kind of like I think similar idea like the GFCs, where it's the pop-up wedge and
Because they have a Gladiator.
Gladiator, yeah, and it's dude, and he's got this air suspension on it. It's freaking dope, dude. Like we pull up to the trailer, and also it's just all on Bluetooth. Each shock or each corner has an airbag that you can adjust, level out when you get to camp. Just I'm a little too low in the front. You know, it's got.
Oh, nice! I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll
pretty
just level
dope.
it out. Add a little to the corner and just get it perfectly level while
That's
you're."
a flex, dude.
Yeah, I would be behind him on trail. I'd like pull up some rocks. He's like, "Yeah, hold on a second. Okay, let's go." And just roll through. I'm like, "Okay, that's fucking dope. I don't even need it, but I want it."
Right?
You have some airbags. You just have to get out, pump it up,
fucking pain in the ass.
and then the cradle breaks. And
Yeah, I like his setup.
Get your frying
I don't,
pan.
I don't know who makes it. He mentioned it, but we'll have to get him on again. And they'll talk all about it because it's freaking rad.
well, I'm sure people want to hear about it.
Oh,
So, yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, sorry. Yeah.
No
you were up there.
worries. Yeah. So I went out there like on Thursday night, and then I was like, oh, dude, there's way too many trailers parked out here. I can't really tell who's like actually camping or who, what's going on. So then I just drove over to the secondary spot and just slept there, and then I went back over to like the primary spot at first thing in the morning around like 7 or something like that, and found a spot where 5 rigs could fit. And
Yeah, 'cause we had a decent sized group going up.
yeah, and I just set up and just kind of had my alone time and peace, and then I just started noticing all the trash on the ground, just all the bottle caps, cigarette butts, for whatever you name it, it was out there. So I just was like, well, I'm sitting here, so I might as well start picking this stuff up. And then I ended up walking down to it was on Dinky Creek. It was named after, I think, a dog. Somebody's
Really?
dog or something was named Dinky. I don't remember the story.
Oh, actually, that'd be kind of fun.
But
to
yeah,
know.
yeah, it's kind of. I read it, but I don't remember it. But
Huh, I'm gonna have to look that up now. I didn't know. I thought it was just some old pioneer dude that named Dinky.
yeah,
No,
it was like somebody's dog.
It's actually
like,
not
named
somebody's dog.
Dinky
Now I'm
that-
interested.
Yeah, I think it was like fended off a bear or something like that.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
to like save
Like the
save the
Revenant.
people or something like that. Yeah,
Dude,
some jazz like that. But yeah, so I walked down to the creek and they had like a little swimming hole there. And I just started noticing there's like beer cans and beer bottles, and there's
Campground,
literally like
trash,
I went to pick
yeah.
up a sweater, like somebody there's socks and stuff, so I was just picking up people's socks, and I always
Watch out.
yeah, exactly. I always bring my latex gloves with me when,
Yeah,
I'm,
smart.
when I'm picking up stuff. I keep them in my trasharoo type bag on the back of my truck, and luckily it's like, oh, it's just somebody's old sweater they left here. It was all like sun bleached and stuff, so I pick it up to throw it in the garbage bag, dude, and it's just like a straight turd in it, like somebody like just used it to wipe their butt with their hoodie, dude. And I was like, oh, come on, people, man, like right next to the swimming hole, dude. So,
Yeah, just put like not even 100 feet away from the water.
yeah, dude. So I was just went around and just cleaned up a bunch of stuff that I saw, and then I think it was like later on when Robert pulled in. Waltzing with Tilda,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When he pulled in, right behind him was like 6 cars
Oh, shit.
full of people that said they were camping in the area, but anyway, but they all pulled in to go down to the water hole, and sure enough, like once they left, there was more trash down there.
Oh, weird.
So
After you picked it all up.
picking up people's sandwich bags and all this stuff, and I'm like, God, dude, like,
What's wrong with people? I just
It's
don't
like-
understand
It's like
it.
the day use people that just go up there. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They just go up there to thrash shit, and not my house. I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
Sucks.
man, people are bummers sometimes.
That's a big
It's
bummer.
like I just wish I could like watch them do it and then show up at their house
Yeah.
and like walk into their house
Right.
and like
Here's
just,
all your-
just take a shit on their like kitchen table and be like, what? Like,
I thought you were cool with that.
well, yeah, what the hell? Just break a beer bottle on their floor. Like,
That's what we're
whatever,
doing.
like
Well, I
that's
mean,
what you like, right?
Yeah.
I think I've told this story before, but in my neighborhood, I was driving, kind of going through the neighborhood or whatever on the main roads, and all of a sudden I'm following this SUV, and it had New Jersey plates, and they take a ride into my community. I'm going in, and I'm following him, and all of a sudden I see this Chick-fil-A bag just fly out the window.
Oh shit.
They put their hand out, and they just like drop it on the ground, and I'm like,
Very Christian of them.
right? So anyways, I was following. It was at night, and they just threw their trash out, and I was like, what the heck? So I ended up following them. They live probably like 10 houses away from my house, and I was like, these are my. Why would you do? Okay, first of all, if you're going to litter, why would you litter in your own community. Okay, if you're gonna be that guy,
And if you're almost home,
just
Yeah,
throw
right
it
there.
in your trash.
What the fuck?
Or unless they had some like deal with their spouse, and they were like, I'm gonna eat healthy. We're doing a challenge.
Gotta hide
and
it.
they snuck out the Chick-fil-A and they want to get rid of the evidence. That's the only thing I can think of.
or did they throw that bag towards that officer's house?
Negative.
Okay.
They live 3 houses away from that officer's house. But then what happened was I followed them to their house to figure out where they were pulling in, drove around, picked up the Chick-fil-A bag, drove back to their house, and set it in their front lawn.
Nice.
Okay.
Just
then
so
I
you know.
drove away.
Yeah.
The next morning, I had Chick-fil-A bag in my lawn.
Shut the fuck up.
No way.
How? They knew it was you?
They saw my car and I park outside. Probably. No, they probably caught it on camera. And
Did
they
you
saw
go
what car
right
it was.
back to their
and
house and throw it in their yard?
I did. I thought about it, and my wife was like,
Don't start
"Just let it
shit.
go. Just let it go. They're our neighbors." Blah,
That's
blah,
like-
blah, blah. But I
what?
call them the New Jersey trash.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
them.
dude, like what?
Like, why are you going to trash your own community? Like, what?
And he got called out for it. Got caught.
And they got mad
then
at me
he got
'cause I
mad at
called
you
him out.
because you called him out?
Yeah.
Right? The fuck?
That's the same people. To go back to you,
Yeah.
that's the same people that would just go up there and just throw their trash on the ground. Like they have it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody else will pick it up.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
People suck.
I don't.
And instead of just taking it off their lawn and throwing it away, they took it down to my house.
Yeah, he could have
I threw it away.
Yeah. Well, at least you were the better person. You're the better man, Ben.
Am I better though? Because I'm so petty.
No, I don't think you are. You should have shit in it. Lit it on
Yes.
fire
Lit it
and
on
put it on
fire.
their doorstep.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, back to you. Back to you. I'm just like these people, man. They're terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you got up there, picking up trash.
But yeah, just
What time did Robert end up pulling in?
trash.
Because you got
Oh
there.
man.
He didn't get up there until Friday morning, right?
I think he got up there like around like 11,
Okay.
12 maybe.
All right.
Maybe around noon-ish, something like that. That's when he pulled in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he stopped somewhere. He's coming from Nevada.
Yeah.
He lives in Nevada, so he had to come across, and he had his wife and the 2 granddaughters with him. And so I think they camped somewhere halfway, just to kind of break up that drive.
Yeah, I think he camped at near Lake Isabella.
That's right. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make it a little easier drive for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so then they pulled in and we walked down to the creek, and I kind of gave him my scout out, like, because I saw the maps and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah, we had
okay,
the-
so because he wanted to do like the Helko Hunt with his granddaughters, thought it'd be real fun with them.
Yeah, let me show
Yeah, let's tell everybody like what you guys were doing up
So
there.
this is
Okay.
either the maps they gave us. I'm trying to show it on the camera here. Those are just like the general area where we're supposed to be, and then on the backside they kind of give you a little close up of where it might be buried. I don't know if you can see it right there, but it shows a little X marks the spot area right there, kind of showing where we're supposed to be looking.
Well, they
This was
burnt
for-
the edges. That's kind of cool.
I know, it actually looked like a little treasure map. The Dinky Creek treasure. So this is what we got to go off of. That's all we had. We had to find it off of that basically.
Yeah.
And each one there's different areas, like so the 1 map and 2 map, 3 maps for all the 3 different areas we had to go to. But yeah, go on.
Yep. So I just kind of like scouted out the area while I was picking up trash. So then I just kind of gave him, breakdown like, I think it's over here in this area, but I want, obviously he wants his granddaughters to mostly do it, and they want to film it and all that other jazz.
Yeah, involve them. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was also scouting around for like poison oak and all that shit, and I was
So they
actually
didn't
really,
get caught up in it.
yeah, I was actually pretty surprised. Like I didn't see
I
like
didn't see any up there.
I
I
didn't
did
see
too.
any
I thought-
poison oak, ivy, nothing. Like I was like, hey man, I think we're good. Like the
Yeah.
only thing you gotta look out for is like broken bottles,
Yeah, glass.
You know what I mean? And people's turds.
Those are in sweaters only.
Yeah. No, there's a couple other ones, but steer clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we basically started like the search. You know what I mean? With his
Yeah, I mean, the first treasure with that Dinky or camp there, you might as well be the first team to look.
yeah,
before
with
we
the
get there.
granddaughters. So like
Yeah.
as they were like the granddaughters were going in with Robert and Michelle, I had my drone, so I was just basically kind of like the cameraman. 'cause
Yeah.
everybody knows
Capturing
I'm
it.
not like an influencer. I'm not any of that stuff. I don't remember to take photos or anything like that.
Right.
Like I'm horrible with that stuff. You know what I mean? So
You mean
I was
you're
just,
enjoying the moment?
yeah. Yeah. So I just had my drone and I was just basically just trying to videotape the whole time and record everything, you know? And so I'm like, at this point, obviously there's a whole bunch of people down at the swimming hole and he's like not trying to be crazy obvious.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What do you do? Yeah.
But, you know, we're looking for stuff, you know, type
When
of
you're,
thing.
when you're trying not to be crazy obvious, you're pretty creepy looking and you're probably pretty obvious.
Why are you
Yeah.
going in the water? You're
Like,
just
why
hanging-
is this dude just like slowly walking around and digging through bushes, man?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was, he was with his two granddaughters.
Why
you
does
know
he
what I
have a
mean?
shovel?
Yeah. So I just sat up above him.
Yeah.
So I had like good line of sight and stuff, good signal, and just flew my drone around trying to get a bunch of whole different shots. And like the whole time, like I'm within earshot of the people hanging out down there. So I'm like flying over with the drone and I can hear people down there like, oh my gosh, hello, are you from space? You know, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? I was just like, okay, all right, you know, like whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, because you have the your drone's like the FPV one with the
Yeah.
goggles. So you're just wearing goggles. Like,
Yeah, I'm
goggles.
just sitting up on the rock wearing goggles. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like looking through, flying the drone around, recording, and I just keep recording and I'm recording, and they're looking through stuff and they're flipping logs and bark and looking behind rocks under the bushes and all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, looks like they might need my help, you know? It's because I flew back, changed the
struggling a little
batteries,
bit.
started recording some more.
Oh,
You know what I
wow,
mean?
yeah.
I'm trying to get all these different angles and different shots and stuff. And finally, I was like, all right. And I threw it in my backpack and I walked down. I was like, you need some help? And, you know, they're like,
You actually have a shovel
because we
with it,
can't
dig in and-
yeah,
yeah.
because we can't find this thing. You know what I mean? So I start looking too. You know, I just put down the
at
the
that
drone,
point, yeah.
and like Michelle was recording and stuff, and so was Robert. And man, we probably looked for 4 or 5 hours or something.
Oh
like that.
fuck! Really?
Yeah, we
For the
looked,
first one.
yeah
For the first treasure, it did,
yeah.
yeah.
So we looked for like, you know, like an hour or two or something.
I would
like
have
that.
given up after an
Then-
hour.
Then we went back
Holy
to
shit.
we went back to camp.
Yeah.
And he was like trying to get a Starlink to work so he could communicate with the guys from Helko. Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, like, how hidden is this thing? Because we're not
Yeah.
finding it, just to get like another hint or something like that, you know. And he like couldn't get a Starlink to work, so then we kept just looking for it. And dude, we're scouring this whole area, and finally, like they got back to us with like another hint. It was something like you know, you like look where like there might be like a winter creek or like a winter like drainage or something like that going into the creek.
Oh,
And I'm pretty good at land nav, and like
Yeah.
I know what like draws and stuff look like, and you know all that jazz, you know. And I'm like crawling around in the bushes, and I'm going everywhere, and I'm like, dude, I do not see anything that could be like a winter creek, you know. Like I don't see no hints of anything here.
And I just want to say, like, I want to let know, like, they went. So this is in Labor Day weekend, you know, in September. They hid these in June.
Yeah,
That's how long they were out there for.
Months.
Months.
so I didn't know that either at that point.
yeah.
So that was like the next bit of information that I got from Robert, because I guess Robert knew that, and he was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they like hit it back in June," and then my whole mentality changed because
Yeah.
I'm like,
Plants grow.
well, plants grow differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then now I'm thinking like, okay, it could be really underneath these plants, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like digging underneath these plants and I'm sticking sticks underneath there and
Yeah,
trying to lift
then-
stuff up. And I'm like looking everywhere, dude. And, you know, we go back up to camp. We try to get some more hints. We can't get any hints or something like that. So we go back down and we're searching again. We literally probably for like a total of like 5 hours. We were like looking for this thing.
Yeah.
And finally, like he was just like, dude, like I gotta hit these guys up. So he gets his Starlink working, and he shows them like, this is where we looked, and literally we were looking exactly where they hit it.
Yeah.
Like we were literally digging.
You were on top
like
of it.
Robert is there. I'm filming Robert, and he's literally using the shovel.
Yeah, they gave him
and
the shovel.
digging holes,
Yeah.
moving rocks. We're getting all this dust out of the way, and I'm digging into the other side. And I'm like looking at the root structure going through the dirt. And I'm like, I don't think this is like that type of growth. This growth looks way older.
way old
This
growth.
has been
Since June.
decades.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like this just doesn't make sense. And then finally, like they ended up sending him a video showing them
Actually,
exactly where they hit it, and
Yeah.
we're like, it's not there, dude.
yeah, we're
It's gone.
standing right
That's
there.
exactly where we were digging.
Yeah.
we were looking everywhere. It's not there.
Wait, yeah, because it was in the ground. It was supposed to be. That's why they gave you shovels, right?
Yeah, but it was. They told us it wasn't buried. They literally slid it up behind these rocks and hid it underneath bushes, and that's exactly where we were looking. We were digging there and everything.
Well,
we did not find it. It was gone.
Yeah.
Someone was
And
on the
it's-
come up.
'cause they're like a decent size,
So-
like Pelican case, you know?
Yeah, like a full on
They're-
rifle case.
Like the axes are long. Like,
it fits. It
like-
fits this.
yeah, there's 3 of these 24-inch axes in there.
Yeah, it was
you
like
know?
a 36-inch case or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like a full on rifle
Standard
case.
AR
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And it's funny because then we go back up to the camp, you know, and all that stuff. And we're talking about it, like, oh man, that sucks. Somebody took it. And then while Michelle was down there like videotaping, she's hearing the other people talking, and they're speaking Spanish. And one of the girls in the middle of her sentence says hatchet, and then keeps talking. And the whole time we didn't mention anything to anybody. And we're like, And then it clicks back to us that like one of the guys when they were going down there. We're like, oh yeah, you know, a cool spot or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, I come here all the time. I've been here like 15 times and
Looking for more treasure.
exactly. So like Robert and I were like looking at each other like these motherfuckers. These guys grabbed it, dude. You know, and of course he's a police officer, so he's like actually that is theft. Like, but I'm thinking like
Finders
Yeah, but
keepers,
finders
bro.
keepers.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I'm out here exploring around, yeah, that sucks. But if I find a dope case with some dope axes in it,
Sorry.
I'm gonna be like,
Well, there was no
I'm not gonna
contact
just-
information.
I'm
in
not
there.
just gonna leave this here.
know.
Like, of course you're gonna take it. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
should have put like some Apple trackers or whatever they're called. You
that's
know?
exactly what Shelby said. That's the
Yeah.
first thing she said. I told her about it. She was like, "They didn't have an air tag in that thing."
Yeah, AirTag. Yeah.
Like $30, and they last like a year.
right? Yeah. I was like, "Oh well."
I mean, they need to have
Future.
iPhones, but once they get back to service, it'll start pinging.
Yeah, I'll ping off.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. If it's like hidden in the case, like inside
Yeah.
the foam where they won't see it, and they bring it back to their house, then ding, and then we show up like, "We're here for some axes." Yeah.
That's when Robert is in uniform.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Hey guys, did you guys find some axes? They
yeah.
were used in a murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, right? That would have been fun.
Dude, that would be fun.
That would have been real fun.
Oh, excuse me. We baited. And,
We'll let you go scot free if you just give us the
Yeah.
axes.
Yeah, we
back.
caught this
Yeah.
guy, and he said he buried his axes, murder axes, up here, and so
yeah, you guys didn't touch them, did
hope they
you?
don't have your
'Cause-
fingerprints on
'cause
them.
we're gonna have
That's
to book you.
accessory. Yeah,
I know, right?
Next time.
yeah,
Chopped up 14 people. You know. Oh,
yeah. What the fuck?
hell I want these.
yeah. Apparently, he chopped them up because they were taking turds in the woods. Way
Yeah,
too close to the water.
yeah.
We gotta start like an urban legend about you killing
Yeah,
people with
watch out
hatchets.
if
And
you,
if you ever find a hatchet in the woods, run! That's gonna be. We're gonna scare kids now.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the new campfire story. Yeah, if you take a shit in the woods,
You better bury it
out, guys.
Bring your axe
Smokey the
with you
Bear ain't
because-
coming after you. Oh man. Well, that's a bummer. So the first location there was what, first of 3.
yeah.
So yeah,
three.
first location that was a bust.
I mainly felt bad for his 2 granddaughters because they were
They're
like
all
stoked.
excited, yeah.
They were like so stoked. They're like, "Is it over here? It's over there. It could be over
Yeah.
here.
It's
like
It-
Easter."
It could be down here." You know, they're like following me around, following him around. You know, they're all jumping all over the place, having a great time. You know, and then they're like, "Well, they're not here.
Yeah.
Somebody must have
This is
taken
no
them."
fun.
You know?
You're like right over there. So okay. So by the way, sorry. How old were the granddaughters?
I think it was 5 and 6.
Yeah.
if I
Oh,
remember
so they were
correctly.
young.
Yeah.
They don't really understand the whole theft thing.
Yeah, they might, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're having fun regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting
That's-
kids, getting dirty at camp. You know.
Yeah, having fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. So that was what, day 1, essentially
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the rest of us were coming out. That we all had to work, and so I got off work. And so me, Zoe, and the dog Daisy headed out. Yeah, they're about like I think it was like a 6 to 7 hour drive for me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Friday at 3:00. You know, there's traffic and all that. No, I'm okay
Thirsty?
right now. I'm okay.
Mine's empty.
I'm still nursing mine. Sorry.
Have an IPA.
Yeah, help yourself.
I'll take something super light, like Coors Light. Oh, by the way, what up, Sean Lane, Fast Lane?
Oh, is he tuning in?
Yeah, he tuned in.
What up, brother?
He tried calling me, but I was like, I'm on a live podcast. You should watch.
I'm busy.
Yeah. So now he's watching. So what up, Sean? Thanks for joining.
Nice.
What's up, John?
So
But yeah, so I drove up. I think I was the next to show up, right? Yeah, so I got in about 10:30, 11.
Well, yeah, there was a miscommunication because like when I was at the when I slept the first night at the secondary location.
Oh,
I sent him the information using my little satellite messenger thing. I was like, hey man, I'm staying here, but in the morning I'm gonna go check it out. So then the next morning when I actually went to the primary location, I sent him the coordinates, basically latitude, longitude.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm basically right next to the primary location. Apparently something got lost in translation because I didn't have service, so I couldn't see all the messaging on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Between everybody, but apparently you got like a way different.
I literally
latitude, longitude.
drove right past camp and went about another half hour down the road to the next location. And I get there, I'm like, this doesn't look fucking right. Like,
wait, so you didn't see his vevehicle?
Well, it was off the road.
It was off the you had to drive down
to get to it, So I just kept on cruising, and then it's like 10 o'clock at night, so it's dark as shit, can't see anything. And I got to that spot, and I was like, this doesn't look right, and no cell service anywhere up there. So I like pulled over. Luckily, I had the Starlink. Pulled that out real quick, set it up. Was able to get a text out to Robert because he had his Starlink up. So we were able to text. We couldn't call. I couldn't get him on a call, but I could text him back and forth, which is whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, we're back over here." I'm like, "Motherfuckers!" Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm on my way back there. I just came from there, so like another half hour back. So basically, I went like an hour out of my way.
Damn.
So, and then getting there, Onyx tells you to like go down this trail, and then you go down this trail, and there's a giant fucking log in the trail, like a full trees in the fucking like you're not supposed to go down this way.
Yeah, when I first got there, like 10:30 at night, and I was like cruising in, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna drop in on this trail on the north side, cut right down to this other trail, and it's gonna bring me right to the primary location, and start driving down it. Big stack of freaking logs right going across the road. Yeah. I'm like, well, this isn't going to work. So just kind of had to cloverleaf my way around it and then ended up finding like the right path on the way in. Yeah. So I think I got through to Robert, I think is like, once he started getting close, I got him on the radio. And I was like, use the south entrance, like go to the south side, not the north side,
Yeah. Well, I was up there a weekend before you guys in Mammoth. Not
you're on the other side though. Yeah,
we were on the other side, and there was a ton of logs blocking trail roads. And because I was using Onyx too, and huge log in the way, can't even go around it, nothing. So
yeah, like they weren't trying to clean it up. It wasn't like just like a quick little fallen tree or nothing. They were,
it was almost like they were placed.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's what I would imagine. I would imagine though that the forestry service and stuff like that would be planning ahead for all the retards going out. Excuse my language.
Anyway,
for the assholes going out there on Labor Day weekend and stuff like that, drinking. They don't want them in those secluded trails and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so let's drop some freaking trees right here and keep people from going out here and starting fires. And next thing you know, we got wildfires, which were already happening everywhere
right now. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would do that if I worked for them.
Yeah, limit where people can go. Fuck
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I was getting frustrated because late. I just wanted to get to camp it on the road forever. So I was kind of like. I had you on comms, because we had our, the radios going, and you're like, it's just right here. I'm like, I know. You're like, you okay? I'm like, no. You're real short, dude. Like Robert's like, you shit. I was like, I just gotta breathe. But yeah, because I was having issues with Onyx all day. It was just giving me a headache. Like it wouldn't give me where I wanted to go and stuff. I don't know. But
honestly, I'm going back to Gaia.
I don't know. I use them all. They all suck. To be honest.
Let me put it this way. I've had zero problems with Gaia.
If it works for you, use what works, dude. Like I've had success with both. I've had failures with both.
Yeah, I think my main problem is if I set up my trails on my iPad that's like linked to my phone, I can have them all saved, but then if I save like another map on my phone, it tries to update my tablet and vice versa. And then like my maps won't pop up.
Yeah.
So then I go back to my tablet, the map won't be there, but it'll be on my phone, or it'll be on my tablet and it won't be on my phone.
See, that's what I think I was having problems with.
So it's
I was trying to do stuff on my desktop.
You have to make sure they're both lined up and updated, and not touch anything for the rest of the trip,
Well, I was trying to send Ben like trails and shit when he went up to Mammoth, and like it kept showing like it would still overlay all like from my last trip. I'm like, no, don't show him all this shit. That was from my last trip. I don't want to show him that stuff. And I would literally make a whole new route. I'd share him that route, and he's like, "What's all these black lines and this line and all these marks?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know, dude."
He's like, figure it out.
It does what it wants. You know, pick and choose. If there's somewhere up there you want to go for it. I don't know.
Yeah, you ended up just sending me a pin, and you said, "Here, start here, tons of trails."
Yeah,
Cool.
basically.
That's exactly what we did. And there was a
Yeah.
bunch of down logs and everything. We kind of had to. I took my dad on a little bit of a side route on accident, but 'cause I thought it was the main route,
Oh,
but
okay.
it wasn't.
Well, now you can get through those logs.
Well, I had a chainsaw with me,
Oh, well.
but
Helko
cool.
chainsaw.
Helko, yeah, I was gonna say, but that actually would be better
Yeah.
because it's cooler.
More of a man.
Oh man, yeah. No, but
I
it was
really want them
fun.
to make a tomahawk, by the way. Like good
tomahawk?
a good tool tomahawk. That'd be dope if they made one. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Go,
No,
go.
you're fine. I think they should sponsor your axe throwing.
Oh yeah, should have some axe throwing competitions.
Yeah, man.
I might go down there next week and talk to him. So
Where are they at?
they're actually out of Temecula.
No, actually,
He's wrong.
not Temecula, Santa Fe Springs.
That's what I thought. And then somebody's like, "Oh, they're in Temecula." I'm like, "How the fuck?"
Santa Fe
Yeah.
Springs is like an industrial area, so that's probably where they're
That
going.
would make more
Warehouse.
sense. Like,
and-
why would they be in Temecula?
Yeah,
It seems so random.
yeah. That's why we. I don't know if you got the share folder that we started uploading all the photos. And
Oh,
videos
that
and
new
all
one?
stuff
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like I think that's why we did that because
Just to photo dump it.
I was gonna go down there and just give them
That's what I'm
here's the
planning
memory
on.
card,
Yeah.
pull everything off, But then they're like Santa Fe Springs. I'm like, that's an hour, 2 hours depending on traffic.
Okay,
You know
so
what I mean?
maybe they won't be going by there.
Yeah, exactly.
Still area.
But
I was thinking like going down. I might go down there anyways because I want to talk to him. Maybe have him on the podcast, talk axes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed
We should have
He
him
seemed like
on.
Stuart seemed like a pretty cool guy. So I don't know.
yeah, Spencer.
Not Spencer. No, yeah, Spencer. I'm thinking. Yeah. But yes, yeah.
You were thinking of the TV show.
No, somebody else, another friend, yeah. But yeah, so I ended up getting in. I finally got to camp probably like 10:30, 11, which was rad because you guys were still awake,
Barely.
barely hanging on.
Yeah.
But then we
I was
waited,
hurting.
and then
Do some drinking?
Barely, to be honest.
Oh, really?
It was just freaking.
yeah, 'cause
I was
I
just tired, man. I got out
thought
there
you were
late,
hungover. I was
late
like,
the day
oh.
before. And, oh man,
Yeah.
I was just tired.
yeah, it was a long day.
Hey,
you know?
dude, I go to bed at 8 o'clock. Okay, I'm not used to staying up until 2.
I feel you. I go to bed at 9. So.
Yeah, we're old, dude. Yeah. Yeah. So after I got in, I think Daniel and Tish, 395 Junkie, they pulled in like maybe a half hour after I did, right?
Yeah,
they
something
got there
like that.
pretty quick right after me. I think we had just cracked a beer or something, and they pulled in. And I guess he was having he said right when he started coming up the mountain, his Jeep started making like that squeaking sound.
Yeah.
So he was all worried about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, but it was, by that time, it's almost midnight. We're already tired. We're fucking over it. We'll worry about it in the morning. Just get camp set up. And then we stayed up. Did you stay up till?
I don't know. I stayed up pretty late, but I went to bed before everybody else, I think.
Okay, yeah. Because then we ended up staying up. I know. At least me and Robert stayed up because we were waiting for Olaf and Paola to show up, and they got there like 1 o'clock
In the morning?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it was fucking late.
So basically Friday night / Saturday morning.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
they got there Saturday morning, I guess you could say. So yeah, they rolled in, and it was like, okay, you're here, we're safe, we're all going to fucking bed. We're all tired. They were tired because they worked all day, long fucking drive for them because they were all kind of in the same area. Generally, they're in Orange County area, basically. Yeah, so we all retired, but then everybody got up fucking super early the next day. I was surprised. Everybody was up at 6:30. I'm like, fuck, man, I got 5 hours of sleep, but okay.
I'm over here yawning.
Yeah,
It's
you're
making me
just thinking
tired
about it, right? Yeah.
Just like, geez.
Yeah, so it was, I mean, I know,
I think sometimes people don't want to be the last guy.
yeah, you hear
know,
somebody
like, all
move
packed up.
I'm getting up quick. Yeah, I'll jump
Yeah.
out too, which is, I do that
I'm
too.
usually the last guy.
Yeah. And the original plan was
We weren't going to head out right away.
we're 10 or something.
Yeah,
by
we're going to
rollout
roll
time.
out,
But
make
also
breakfast.
the original plan was I was going to leave my rig
Oh, yeah.
and Robert might leave his trailer at the camp to reserve it so people didn't steal our freaking camp
Because
spot.
it was a busy weekend. We didn't know
And
if
then-
we're going to be able to find another campsite to fit that many vehicles.
Yeah.
And were all
exactly.
these other points of, treasure, were they far away?
Spread out. Well, one of the treasures was kind of where I went to the first night, which was like
a half hour
down the road, and the other one was far as fuck, by the way.
Yeah. When I saw the route that you guys had to take, I was like, this is going to take them a while.
Yeah, when he was like saying like, he's like, well, just try and get back before it gets dark. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, whatever, dude. We'll be back by lunch. I'm like, oh shit, no, we barely got back before dark.
Yeah. So like I didn't know where the second night. Well, yeah, second night for everybody camp was.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was going to be closer to Westlake, where you guys went on the north. I thought it was going to be over there. And then
I did too.
We're on our way back from the Wishon Reservoir.
Yeah, we're passing by our old campsite.
And we turn. He's like, oh, our campsite's right here, and turn up, and we go up the hills, and I'm like, dude, this is like nowhere near
where they are.
Like they're gonna have to come all the way back this way. Like,
we drove past
why don't we go further?
Yeah.
You know, like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out, but
yeah.
So we probably didn't leave camp till about 9, but then the next day we're all gonna kind of split up, you know. So like we had 2 more. We were trying to knock them all out on Saturday. There we had 2 more caches to find. One was, like you said, at Wishon Reservoir, and then the other one was at Westlake. And so the teams were 395 Junkie and Robert and Aric. You guys all went out to go to Wishon, and then Olaf and Paola and myself and Zoe, we went out to Westlake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, ours was a bit of a drive. How was your like? You guys were right there.
But yeah, we had
it's
no
funny because
off-roading at all.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. Like, I didn't know what you guys. We didn't even talk about when we got back how it was looking for the axes. We were just all excited to get back to camp, so I don't even know.
I know, right?
Until after, like, oh shit, they actually had to use kayaks. Like after, like when we got home, I saw the pictures in our shared folder. I'm like, oh, they took the kayaks out. I had no idea.
Was it kayaks or was it inflatable paddle boards?
They had kayaks.
Ah,
Robert brought kayaks out for that one. So like, how'd that one go? I wasn't even there.
Yeah, it was like I kind of had I basically plotted I'm looking at the shadows from the rocks and all that stuff like from the map that we had. I kind of plotted like the ideal location where the treasure might be, you know what I mean, type of thing. So I took the shoreline, and Daniel and Tish got on the kayaks and started going out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna run out there and I'm gonna set up like above you guys so I can fly the drone and get good footage of you guys coming in and looking for it and all that jazz. And as they're kayaking out, I realized like there's all these like almost like little like lagoons and stuff like that, and the shoreline's very squiggly, you know what I mean? So I got to cover way more ground. So I'm like freaking trying to haul ass to keep up with them. They're getting way ahead of me. And I saw them like just jumping from rock to rock and over the water and through the trees and running past people and stuff. And I'm like, oh god, I'm so out of shape. You know what I mean? And like I like finally get up into this little spot, and I'm like, can you guys go back? Can you guys go back? I gotta get set up. I can't keep up with you guys. So like they like turned around their kayaks and went back a little bit towards this little shallow area where you could like see through the water and looked cool.
Oh, rad.
So then I got the drone out, and then I could get better footage of them coming towards those cool little areas or whatever, and filmed them coming in, and I could hear them talking and stuff. And at one point Daniel's he's like, hey man, can you like go higher with your drone so I don't hear it in my footage? And I'm like, yeah dude, that drone like screams, dude. It's like just
I know. I was doing that too. I was flying the drone. I felt bad. Like afterwards, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. And we're all trying to like with our phones and shit film it and do. Oh yeah, cool. Look, what's in this? And all they hear is sounds like some giant killer mosquito buzzing above our heads the whole time. Like oh shit. So I would send it way the fuck up just so I wouldn't have to hear it.
Yeah. That's what I was doing too. I was like trying to go way up so he'd get footage with his GoPro and stuff like that. You know, while they were like looking for it. And when they were like coming down their kayaks, I was like, I kind of like gave them a signal like, it's somewhere in this area. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they're like, in that area? I'm like, yeah, somewhere around here. I don't know exactly where. And basically just try to get all these different shots of them creeping around the rocks and looking for it. And eventually they found it tucked into some rocks wrapped in a trash bag.
Yeah, imagine somebody going out there to do like a trash cleanup and then running across all your caches,
right? Just being like, oh, sick!
Look at this,
right?
Yeah, that would be a score, man. If I found that out I'd be like, dude, this is a score.
Yeah,
yeah, and they're gonna tell their kids, they're gonna pass these axes down and everything, generations. Yeah, we found this out in the mountains of Mammoth,
right? There's still treasure out
It's
there.
all burned down now.
Oh, yeah, right?
It's all gone. It's a wasteland. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen.
Right.
I just
the volcano popped and, everything's gone.
Okay, so I mean, like I mentioned, I was out there a weekend before you guys. And what we found interesting is there was, I can understand what a tinderbox mammoth is.
Oh,
There's
big time.
probably like a foot and a half of just like dry pine needles and all that other stuff, right? My point is that the little miniature pine cones, did you guys see those?
Miniature pine cones?
They're literally like that big.
Okay.
My dad and I were looking at it, we're like, these aren't like normal sized pine cones. We've seen giant pine cones, but these are like little like golf ball size.
Think they're shedding sooner or something early?
I don't know. Because we were looking at the trees and it was
it might
all
just
the
be a
whole
different
area.
type of pine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know enough about trees. I'm not a botanist or anything.
Yeah, because they come in different shapes, and I was going to see if I had some laying around.
I'm not a biologist. Sorry.
I slept on a holiday inn last night.
But my dad and I were trying to figure it out. But, I mean, that goes along with, like, all the pine needles. There was a million of these little golf ball-sized pine cones that were dried up and pure tinder, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
So I can see that's what... I mean, that's...
Doesn't take much, yeah.
Yeah. That's why we were, like, even scared. I forgot how to hit up. I was like, are we even allowed to use propane fire pits? Because when I was up there, it got down to freezing.
Yeah, it was
it's
cold when
actually
you were
kind of
there.
like snow flurries were coming down a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't even
In
supposed
August.
to rain. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I dressed like this. I was
Shorts and-
shorts full. I was like summer camping, baby. But then that happened. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I brought like 2 pairs of pants and 1 jacket. You know,
Yeah.
we were freezing.
Yeah, a lot of these forests, though, they like need fire to live. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah, that's how
supposed to
they-
have naturally occurring fires, so it's like
Yeah, burns
that's
all that
why-
undergrowth off and everything, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Our forest services and stuff like that are supposed to be able to go out there and do this controlled burns. And
They
stuff
want
and
to.
remove all the lower branches and all that other. I know.
Government
And, you know,
is holding them back
Mr.
saying-
Newsom is
yeah.
like, no, I'd rather if a fire starts, I'd rather have everybody die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Apparently,
Like,
Yeah.
it's the Hunger Games with this guy.
yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, no
Not to get
politics.
political, but
Yeah, not to get
Yeah.
back to axes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So with you, I mean, are you guys able to find yours?
Yeah, so yeah, they were hunting around the rocks, and eventually, like I actually, you know, recording and stuff, trying to get different angles, and like I saw something look kind of like a cave, you know, because the actual goggles aren't very high quality, but it records in like 4K, 100 frames
Yeah,
per
the
second.
camera's
you know?
picking up, but not feeding it back to you in clear.
Well, yeah, so-
720p basically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I see something that looks kind of like a cave, and like right when I fly over to like just check it out, like me doing a little bit of searching, I hear Daniel yell out, "We found it!" You know?
Oh,
So
right.
I immediately cut out and then like flew back around and then got a shot flying in on him, and they're like, "Oh, happy!" You know? Like,
Oh, rad.
I was like, "All right, cool," you know. But yeah, it's fun though. But it's like literally you could have just like parked on the road and just like walked down.
And figure it out.
And it would have been like right there, but if you weren't actually looking for it,
You
it wasn't.
wouldn't known.
It wasn't near like where people would actually be fishing or
Right,
anything
yeah.
like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think
No
that-
reason for somebody to be in that area.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have found that one unless you were like
Yeah.
just super super lucky.
Yeah, just being nosy and wanting to see what's around everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was I don't know, it was pretty cool. But like on the maps that they gave us, the water was way lower
Yeah,
than what
'cause
it
it
actually
did.
was when we got there.
Yeah, the
So-
topography changed at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're expecting the water line to be, you know,
Yeah. Like
here,
the water's
and
right
it's
here,
it's actually like 50 feet further up the shore. So
Yeah.
you're like looking at the map, like, wait a minute, this rock isn't here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's underwater,
Underwater.
dude. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, they found it. Stoked. It was fun.
What time do you guys get done with that hunt?
Oh man, I wasn't even paying attention to the time,
Like
but
noonish?
it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because we got there, we unloaded the kayaks real quick, got them in the water, got everybody ready. Psh, we're out.
Yeah.
Just trucking.
Zoom.
But it was pretty quick. They found it pretty fast.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like you guys had the more
Ours was a little more
adventurous.
challenging. Yeah, which was
adventurous-
cool. Like, I didn't know if we were going to, like, because the first two were primarily off the pavement, you know, just a little ways off the pavement, so it wasn't, like, that far adventuring. But, like, we had to drive all the way around Shaver Lake. It was, like, I guess, north of Shaver Lake. I was
Yeah.
a little turned around where I was, but
Yeah, northeast.
Northeast of it, yeah. And then you find this, we went off a dirt road, and then it's getting a little rougher, and okay, it's just like typical fire road, SN, whatever, and so we're just wheeling a little bit. It's a little bumpier.
Did you blow an airbag?
No, not this time. I thought it once maybe, but yeah, no. So we're doing some wheeling. Got to do some wheeling a little bit, but it's just just a rough road, and we're well, radio's back to me. He's like, "Do you want to air down, or you just want to just push forward?" I'm like, honestly, I don't feel like airing down. I don't feel like airing up again. So let's just. I didn't know how far out this thing was. I'm thinking the last ones were just right there. So I'm like, no, let's just roll it, dude. And there's little boulder rocks and shit like that here and there, just kind of bumping around all over everything. Then we get a little further back. All of a sudden we're getting tighter into these trees and stuff like that. We saw a couple people, but mostly it was we passed a Jeep 4x Club because there's a bunch of little poker runs and shit because of the popular weekend. But there's Jeeps on 40s. I'm like, oh, okay. Are we in the right area? And then
we're side by side, Jeeps on 40s.
Yeah, it's side by sides and Jeeps on 40s is all we saw up there, dude. We're like, okay. And then we're going through the trees and it's getting narrower and narrower, and there's some spots where you kind of boulders, good sized boulders, you're pulling up onto them and it's off camber, so it's leaning you into a tree and shit. I had some where I was coming an inch away from just.
Oh yeah, that's that photo you took, right? Where you're your tire was basically scraping
I was
the boulder on one side, and then you're
rubbing my rim on this
an
fucking
inch
boulder
off the tree.
Yeah, on the other side, I'm dragging my mirror on this tree, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, let's just go slow. And then and there are some good rock gardens that we had to go through. We're just.
And you didn't air down. You didn't say, you know what, maybe it's time to air down.
Well, we just kept it's just got to be around the corner. Just over this
keep
hill.
pushing just a little bit more. Just a little
this
more.
is the worst of it, And finally we're going.
According to the map, it's only this much further, guys.
Only an inch
only
away.
This much further.
There's no scale legend.
Yeah. So we're just kept going, and then we finally we're in this one section. We're like, you know what, this is silly, dude. Let's just air down, So we get out, we're airing down, and it was literally another 100 yards to where we had
to go back.
It was this far.
Yeah, it literally was that far. Yeah. So we finally get there, and it was epic. You come out of these trees, and it's onto this beautiful lake, nobody around, just this all by ourselves. It was weird. They had you can camp there. There was fire rings, legit metal, the fire.
Oh, yellow post stuff.
Yeah, there weren't any posts, but they're campground areas, but they were just randomly weird, in the middle of the road. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
It was in the middle of the road?
Yeah, it was can almost avoid it. I was random, but okay. So you could camp there, I guess, it's all dispersed, but it'd be kind of rad spot. So I dropped a pin on that one.
And you can make it in your rig. Apparently.
Yeah, I can get there.
As long as that rock doesn't move a little couple more inches.
Yeah, well, we aired down, so on the way back, it was amazingly how much easier it was to go through those trails because you had a little bit more flex and stuff like that from the tires, and it was way
more
easier.
cushion, suspension.
We should have done that in the first place, but whatever. Yeah, and you can literally drive almost all the way down to the lake, but we just found a cool little spot, just posted up right above, and it was on the opposite side of where we had to be to find the treasure. It was on the opposite side of this little lake. And so they had paddle boards. I had your paddle board too, but I was planning on filming with a drone. I didn't want to be out on the lake with a drone and a paddle board trying to do all that at once. So I'm like, I'm just going to I'll run around the lake like you did and try and film everybody while they're paddling across and stuff. So they let Zoe take one of their paddle boards. So she was paddling across, and then they both just teamed up on one and went across. And then I had Daisy, and Daisy was chasing them around the lake, loving it.
Dogs love being free off leash.
Dude, she was just having the time of her life. She's like, holy shit, this is the best. I'm in the water. I'm in the woods. I can go where I want.
Yeah.
Big doofus.
The only thing I was concerned about was rattlesnakes. It's I was telling.
Yeah, that's
I
one thing I was
gave
worried about.
Yeah, I gave Robert's granddaughters a little brief. I was like, hey, don't stick your hands where you can't see. Don't step where you can't see.
That and ticks, because I was doing a lot of bushwhacking going through some of this shit.
Yeah.
There's one section, so same idea, like you said, the water levels had changed. There's one area where all marsh, this tall grass, foot and a half tall grass. He had walked through and all this. It was super spongy. It wasn't wet, but it was just like super spongy as you're walking on it and shit. But that was pretty cool. Yeah, that and I was worried about ticks, but yeah, like I said,
a lot of times it's like if you stay off the game trails, you don't really have to worry about ticks.
yeah, because that's where they want to jump on shit.
As soon as you use the trail,
Yeah, that's when they grab you.
yeah, they're all over you.
Yeah. Yeah, so we get to there, and then they get across the lake. I meet them on the other side of the lake. And you guys playing footsie over there?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
And this been.
Wow, it's been a while.
Right?
It's been a while.
Yeah, so we get across, and I was trying to film, and I was doing apparently I haven't even watched the footage from the drone yet.
What?
I just
You haven't?
No, because we all downloaded onto Daniel's laptop, and then so I've just been busy with work, trying to get everything done. But
I'm very interested in seeing what happened.
me too, because
Go ahead and explain.
apparently so I'm trying to be all cool guy shot, so I was trying to fly low on the water and come right up to them as they're paddleboarding across and go between them or some shit. And I didn't notice it, but apparently Paola was like, "Oh my gosh, it's in the water!" Apparently I dove the fucking drone into the water and came back up. I didn't even know they were still flying. I mean, it was wet, but she's like, "Yeah, I thought go under or something." So
Fish try to grab it.
yeah, maybe. I'm like, maybe a little wave hit his little wingy, but yeah, I'm like, oh shit. No, I guess they're waterproof. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see
Water
the footage.
resistant?
Yeah, it says on the DJI website that they are
Do
not
get
waterproof.
wet. Yeah, they're still flying, so I'm like, all right, I'm like, oh, dog, she's all tangled.
I was petting her and then...
Oh no, she's over here now, and she's wrapping herself into clothes.
Oh, you have that microphone on. I just heard you whack it.
Oh yeah. No, not that one.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, so same idea. We get there, we're looking at the map, trying to figure out where we're going. And it's changed a little bit, but we had kind of a general idea, so we're just kind of bushwhacking around. And then I guess Paola is the one who found it. She's like, "I found it over here," kind of, and then it's like, "Yeah," we're all excited. We run over there, and the same thing, it was kind of tucked into some boulders. There's a bunch of bushes on it and shit like that. But I think that one, same idea, like you said, it was gonna be. There should be nobody over there looking for shit. Why would anybody be in that little general area?
Right.
So that one was hidden pretty decently. But yeah, same thing. Big old Pelican case, had 3 axes in it, which were rad,
Yeah, the cases were dope, dude.
Yeah.
Just on their own.
Yeah, I've been
Cases
stoked to get that
were freaking-
case.
Yeah, no.
And
And it had cool axes.
tan rifle case. I'm like, sweet.
Did you have to send back the cases?
Nope.
No.
They enough. Yeah, so we can keep them. So
Who kept them? Who kept them?
Olaf kept the other one.
Whoever found it got to keep it?
Yeah. I would just I got
Yeah,
an
so
axe.
Daniel kept one, and then
Yeah, Robert got one. Yeah.
That's cool.
no, Daniel.
Oh,
kept-
Robert never found his, so he didn't get one.
Yeah, exactly.
So just Daniel and Olaf got him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel Olaf.
All right.
Because it's already taken
Yeah.
by your friends who visited the place
Yeah.
15 times
Yeah.
looking for
Well,
more
Eric,
treasure.
everybody's giving Eric shit too. They're all.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
like,
Eric
well-
was here on Thursday. Let's check Eric's
he
vehicle.
was here
real quick.
early. We
Yeah.
need to search your Forerunner to see what's in there. And I was like, go for it. And they're like, oh, he buried him somewhere else.
Yeah, he's coming back up next weekend and digging them up.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, right. That's not worth the fuel.
Yeah, I know. I spent
I'd rather just
$400 in
buy
gas.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost money on this trip. Trust me.
Yeah.
Did you get an axe?
Yeah. Robert actually gave me his, like this one right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did Robert get one then?
Yeah. He got
got
one of
like
those
hatches.
because in the beginning, before the trip, they all sent us an axe
Oh, that's right.
with
axe
like
and
the
a shovel.
maps and the shovel. Here, they have this stuff.
Yeah, they kind of gave you a prep kit.
Yeah, this shovel they gave us here by I guess this is their sister company. It's Ideal Spaten.
Yeah, let's
Olaf pronounced it way better than I did, but yeah, since 1899 they make
But
shovels.
that's why when we were looking for the first one, that's why we were digging, because they sent us shovels, and I'm like, well,
Yeah,
it's probably buried.
Yeah,
Because they sent
Got
us
little-
shovels, like,
little
hint,
blades on
hint,
it.
here's a shovel. You know
That
what
was
I
for the
mean?
bushwhacking through the marsh.
yeah. It's like
Right?
fucking
Yeah.
machete this thing because it's got a little blade.
You
on it.
could just
Yeah.
have Eric sharpen it up a little bit. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I'm sure he would. Yeah.
I'm sure you should.
And then they gave us these. Each one had like these little axes in there.
Little hatchets.
Little hatchets, which are all polished and nice. You know.
That's how you split your tin. You know,
Yeah,
your little
tinder.
kindling or whatever it's called.
Yeah, so those were dope. Yeah, each one had a big axe, and I think it had the bigger ones, a little bit medium ones, like a 24-inch, a 20-inch, and then the little hatchets. So, and so we got that one in of ours. So
That's awesome.
And since they already got one of the bigger ones anyways, they just kept the medium one and a small one or something. Yeah. And you got to keep the case. So I'm like, cool.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you guys hooking me up.
Yeah. Ben didn't even have to go when you got a fucking axe.
I didn't even have to go. Well, I'm part of the crew, the clan, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a really nice handle, man. I really dig it.
Yeah, like got burned onto it or something.
Yeah, they did some sort of design with the burning and everything.
Yeah.
They had a nice leather. What do they call it? Sheath?
Yeah, little black sheath, leather. Black.
It's really nice. It's got this
Yeah,
hammered look.
some of those like fancy handle ones on their website go for like $400 something bucks.
Yeah, they cheap, dude.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Well, this will look very nice in the new vehicle.
Yeah, very very
Lux landing.
landing of
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So so ours was, I guess ours was probably the more difficult one to find because like we were out there for a while,
Yeah.
We're kind of taking our time a little bit because we're having fun, paddleboarding around and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, I want to go up there
We
just
actually
to
had to
paddleboard.
inflate them and stuff. Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
I have 2 paddle boards, those inflatable ones, man.
Yeah, just take a trip up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be rad. Camp there and just go out all day on the paddleboard.
Bring some fishing rods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
try
man.
fish. Yeah, I don't know what's in there, but I'm sure you can find something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun. But it's challenging to get out there, so you're not going to have like, a bunch of like sprinter vans or whatever out there, low clearance vehicles out there because it was a bitch to get out there.
No portions.
I had no business probably being out there, in my full size. But we had one guy that actually pull up behind us. He's like, "Yeah, I saw the camper on the back, and I thought, oh shit." I'm like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't be out here, but fuck it, Sorry, all scratched up." Yeah, I can tell you use it.
Yeah, it was more
All
like,
pinstripe. Yeah.
between the trip you went on with Adam and Sean,
Yeah.
and Nate,
Yeah.
that's where you got your
Yeah,
real good.
the White Mountains up there. Yeah, or the Bristol Cone Pine Forest or whatever it is. Yeah,
By the way, I saw that and I was super interested because
it's rad up there, dude. Yeah.
I saw it, but it just looked all kind of like barren up there.
You got to get up and over and then into it more.
Okay.
Yeah. There's certain trail. Like there's one trail you can go up there and it's just like all flat, not flat, but it's like just no trees or anything. It's a lot easier.
If my
back
dad and
way.
I had more time, I definitely would have gone and checked that out because we were actually stopped at the casino gas station
the
that
gas
you sent
station.
me.
Yeah.
And because it's like cheaper and everyone was there. It was like a Costco line.
Yeah.
The second time, not the first time. The first time, there was a guy with a really nice Rubicon Jeep, a white one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And, he was all decked out and he was filling up right across from me. And, he saw my dad's vehicle with the Average Overlanders podcast little sticker on the back because my dad rocks it. Thank you,
Nice.
Dad.
Represent.
And what had happened was he was coming out of the little convenience store or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, is that your podcast?" He's like, "No, it's my son's." And he's like, "Oh, cool, I'll check it out." And so then he messaged our Instagram, and Jared got the message. He's like, "I guess you found the casino thing." I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, "How did you know? Are you stalking me?"
Yeah, I guess.
And he's like, "No, one of our listeners like hit us up on the Instagrams." But I bring that up because we were driving, and he was driving, kind of behind us, and he kind of passed us. He got off at the Bristol Cone Forest.
That's where he was going.
And I was
probably.
like, "Oh man, I wanted to go check that out."
Yeah. That's supposed to be where, like, the Methuselah or whatever, the world's oldest tree or something like that is up there.
Yeah.
But nobody knows, like, they don't tell you where it is because they don't want a bunch of.
Well, they have a
shitheads to-
hiking trail that's like the Methuselah, whatever it is.
But it's supposedly not on that actual
No,
trail.
it's off.
You take that trail and then it's off of that trail to get to the actual tree.
If you go on Google Earth or Google Maps,
You could
I
probably-
found it.
Did you?
Yeah, I found it.
All right.
You can see it.
I want to go check it out.
Because I've said,
Damn, don't tell people that.
No, I'm not. No, but you have to I actually checked it with like pictures from people we follow that have taken like
You've actually
AIM.
been there, yeah.
Yeah, AIM took some photos of it or whatever,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, what's the background? Like, where's the mountain? That thing. Yeah, that's how I kind of found it. It took me like an hour of
Okay.
just like. I was definitely not at work because I was working, but like I definitely
This is at
spent some
home
time
on your own home.
on a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
So on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Sunday.
Yes,
Late
yes,
leisure
Sunday.
Sunday. But yeah, no, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I
You-
would like
you
to
can
go.
find it.
I would like to go check that out one time just to say I've seen it.
One time.
Just one time. Yeah. But so we actually realized it was getting kind of late. We were going to hang out. Like, we had lunch and shit, and then we were going to kind of take our time, and all of a sudden we're like, dude, it's going to take us a while to get back there. So I didn't realize how far back the next campsite was.
Yeah.
I thought it was, like you said, I thought it was going to be close by, like, where we were.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, even like coming up that trail though too, like we got kind of like the trail says like, oh, you go this way.
Oh yeah.
And even on your maps it says go that way, but then there's big logs going across the road. So then you have to take another trail to go back up and around, and you have to go up and over logs.
Yep.
And then that's when we made it through. Robert drove through. His kayak's cleared by like 3 inches of this. This one tree was just leaning right over the trail, and I was like, I immediately thought like, Jared's not gonna make it underneath this trail.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna cut this one log because there's a big log sticking into the trail. So he's like, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this log right here. And I was like, okay, while you're cutting that one, I'm gonna cut this other tree. So I started cutting that tree down so he could clear on the trail when they actually got there. And I'm sitting there cutting, get about halfway through, and then Robert's like, wait a minute, let's get footage of the Helko axe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Come on. Yeah.
So he came over there and he finished it off with the Helko axe.
Nice.
Chopped it on through, dropped it, and pulled it off the road. And I was like, all right, cool. Now he's not going to be like, can't get by if we got to get out and chop this thing at night. Whatever.
Hey guys, I'm stuck. Come down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. I saw somebody, one of the people on the trip, they had a video of, I think it was 395 Junkie in his Jeep getting caught because he was going over some...
Well, that was when we were leaving that camp. Mm-hmm. So...
Because he had to yank his drive shaft.
Yeah, because when I said like when we first pulled into camp, it had that squeak, and I guess it persisted. We were trying to like eyeball it. We couldn't, tell exactly. At first we thought it was like, something to do with the wheel or something. Maybe the desk guard was rubbing, so we took his wheel off, and because he has full skids underneath his Jeep, so you couldn't really see. So finally when the next night at the next camp in the morning, we got up early again and took the skid plates off, took it all off, and then actually just pulled his front drive shaft off just to, it's all downhill from there. Figured we're not going to need 4-wheel drive, and that it stopped the squeak, which is nice because we kind of have an idea what it was. But
yeah, as soon as they finished, Daniel was like, "All right, thanks guys," and I didn't do shit. I'm like, "You're welcome."
I was here for moral support.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing. I gave you a Sharpie.
Yeah. Hey, that helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were coming back down that same road into the camp. We're coming back down in. There's still logs you had to drive over. They weren't as big or something, but just big enough for his pumpkin to catch it. And he just high centered his rear end on it, basically.
Yeah, he just happened to catch it at just the right angle where basically his left rear tire dropped over the log, but his right rear tire wasn't
over
going,
yet.
Yeah, it didn't start going over yet.
Yeah, so
when he dropped down, it landed right on his diff and just boonk. Oops.
Yeah, just stopped there. Yeah.
So he had to get a little assistance from Jared, and Jared learned a very, very, very important lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Well, I was like,
is this a recovery lesson?
Well, at
yes,
first
it is.
Well, he was gonna think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna winch out. I'll just throw my winch out and to a tree or something or somebody else's vehicle and pull myself forward. But he hadn't used his in so long, it was all rusted. Oh man, he had a cover over it or something. He couldn't even. I'm like, oh no, I'll just pull you back, dude. I'm like, oh, I could use my winch.
Oh, I didn't notice that he couldn't use his.
Well, he probably could have, but it was like all rusted and stuff. Trying to get to
so
it.
You used your winch?
I got to pull my winch line out. I was like, yes.
Do you have synthetic line?
Notice how he said that. I pulled my winch line out.
Yeah.
Go ahead, continue.
So we hooked up, and I'm like, here it goes. I have my little wireless remote out, and I'm like, click. Fuck, the battery's dead in my wireless remote because I haven't used it in 2 years.
Yeah, but is it wireless? You don't have a plug-in?
I do have the plug, but then I have to dig through my bag to find the plug so I can plug it in. And so I'm like, fuck this, dude. I just had to get them off the log a little bit, so I just kind of did a little tug off the back and just pulled them off.
It's a bummer though that it's rechargeable ones. I don't know why they don't just make them straight AAA or whatever, so you can just tape some AAA.
I don't even know. I guess
if it dies, you just throw a new battery.
It probably is. I just didn't want to deal with it. I have extra batteries in the truck. Same thing. I could have just probably popped it open and put some new batteries in it, but I just didn't want to fuck with it. I just you know what? I just want to get back on the trail, so I just did a little yank and popped it off.
You use your winch to yank?
It wasn't that hard. I just pulled it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I could have. Yeah. At first, I was just gonna.
You have synthetic line though.
Yeah. At first I was like, I'll just get the synthetic rope out and we'll do a little
Yank 'em.
tug. But I'm like, you know what? I want to use my winch, so I'm like, I'll use the winch, and then I realized it wasn't functioning.
Check your remote battery.
Yeah, check your remote battery if you have a wireless.
Should be your like pre-trip type of checklist,
Well, for how I use that thing, like I used to check it, and it's
but
all.
when you need it to work, though, right?
Yeah. Do you still put your seatbelt on?
Yeah.
Or do you put it on after you get in a car accident?
Yeah, after typically.
Usually. After I get pulled over, I'm like, oh shit, gotta put my seatbelt on. Yeah.
The only time I ever take my seatbelt off is if I'm like trying to see something and I'm like
Can't reach
and
it.
you can't reach because you're like things locking you in place and you
Yeah.
just undo it and you kind of like look around. But like I'm never on the road, and you always wear it off road too. It's just like if you can't see an obstacle or something,
You lean
have to
up.
lean out.
Yeah.
I don't know, some of those trails in Colorado, though, I was like, I straight told Shelby,
Jump.
go ahead and unbuckle.
Yeah, get
And
ready to
have your
jump.
hand on that handle.
Yeah, get ready to
Uh,
bail. Yeah.
This thing slips.
We're going.
I'm not able to jump out because it's rolling on my side.
Yeah.
So
You have
Save
a
yourself.
get out
opportunity.
and you watch me go.
And make sure you have your phone on you so you can call for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you made it.
Yeah,
You saved him.
He survived. Well, I mean, yeah. So that was after we got the camp, but before that, we found our treasure. We were heading up the hill, and the same thing. We got probably to camp around 6:30. It was like dusk, starting to sun was coming down, and it was cool. What was the name of? Right before that, there's like a little grove of like redwoods or sequoias,
Oh, it's like I think it was like McKinley
something like that. I
McKinley
think.
Grove. I
Yeah.
think it was.
And it's rad. So you're in all these, pines, and then there's just this one little patch of these giant fucking sequoias right there. They're just freaking massive. These obviously stand out. And it's just this one little patch. It's so crazy how like all these other types of pines, and then those will just grow like right in the middle of all of them. Like how'd they get there? Just in the middle of nowhere. There's all of a sudden. Like I think even by where we were camped, there was like one like sequoia among all those trees.
just down the hill. Yeah,
Yeah, there's
one sitting there.
Big fat short stubby one. Just out of nowhere. You're like, what?
Yeah, McKinley Grove.
Yeah. That was pretty rad. Took the kids out and like let them crawl inside of them and around them. And you're not supposed to go on the trees. They didn't go on the trees, but you can go walk up to the base of them and stuff. Take a picture.
Sequoias.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's good
Well,
to
they
know.
just don't want people like fucking up the bark and like carving their names into them, or being dumbasses.
People will do that anyways.
You know what I mean? So just be respectful. So they just post like,
I know. I'm just saying, like people
Yeah.
are eventually going to do that, unfortunately.
oh yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, so that was kind of neat, just this random little thing there. But yeah, so we ended up getting up to camp, and then we just kind of kicked back for a little while. But everybody was beat, dude. We retired early. I think it was like 9 o'clock. We all went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all pretty tired.
Yeah.
I think I was like one of the first ones too.
Yeah,
Like, we're all sitting around.
You're
around
like the youngest
fire.
one there too.
I know. We're all sitting around the fire, and I'm just like, well, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And then
Yeah.
everybody else was like, yeah, I think we're going to bed too.
Yeah, do the little knee slap. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
well, it was funny.
Hey, thank you, Daniel, by the way. He fed me a burger.
Oh, okay.
He fed me dinner.
That was nice.
Anyway, sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a
Throw that thank you
easy
in there.
night. We had I just did hot dogs. So we wanted hot dogs. I'm like, perfect. I'm not making
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Yeah, I pulled out those survival tablets.
Oh yeah, those
I was
were
like, here, try these survival
butterscotch
tablets.
survival tablets.
Yeah, and then like he started making hot dogs, and Zoe comes over and was like, "Did you eat?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Was it just the survival tabs?" And I was like, "No, Daniel fed me a burger." She's
And
like,
real
"Okay,
food."
okay."
So what's a survival tab? I've never heard of it.
There's just like these little it's a survival food or whatever, so it has like the basic nutrients to be able to survive.
Oh, when you say tablet, I'm thinking of like a vitamin, like a little tablet.
It was
No, it's
kind
like-
of
it's-
like the size of a quarter, like a fat quarter, though.
Yeah, like a stack of 6 quarters or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But a little chewable tablet.
Maybe that's how I need to cut some weight. Maybe
It's like a little
One of
chewable
those a
tablet
day.
or whatever. So
Yeah.
basically, it has like a 25-year shelf life.
Yeah, I actually
been-
have them. I have like the big brick ones that you're supposed to just break pieces off.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Same idea.
same thing.
Yeah, they're pretty
Exactly.
bland. Like they're supposed to be like butterscotch flavored,
Yeah,
but they're
it barely has
you
any
can
flavor.
kind of tell it's butterscotch. It's super bland. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
It'll keep you alive.
survival.
but
food.
yeah, survival. It's not
exactly.
supposed to be.
But that's what
amazing.
you were gonna do for.
dinner.
No, I just brought
had
it
it for fun.
for
Yeah.
people could just try them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Kind of like the smelling salts.
Well,
Fun.
I was
Yes.
going to mention that.
Did you bring some?
Yeah, we pulled
Hell
out.
yeah. Hell yeah. I need to order some.
Yeah, I think Tish wants to get some.
I know, she was like,
I
about
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
She's like, whoa! Ric Flair over there.
Yeah, no, they wake you up, man. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric's like sticking them up his nose.
Yeah.
No, I seriously need them for like when I'm driving home from work and
That's
I have
what
a
they're great.
3-hour commute. Like I
You're
need to
passing
wake
out in the
up.
car, crack one of those bad boys.
Yeah.
Long road
Yeah.
trips, just have them in your glove box. Just,
They're not expensive, man.
yeah, Joe Rogan loves them. Just keep a little jar in there.
Well, do you have the same ones that he always talks about where
No.
it's like super intense?
No, they're pretty mild. They have like like the active ingredient, like the ammonia or whatever the heck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what was it? It was like 0.05 milligrams or micrograms or something like that. But you can get it like way higher than that. So
Yeah,
you
so
can get
you
the ones that
bodybuilder
are
ones are like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, you can crack that thing and
Well, he was talking about like you can smell it like through
As
the
you op-
bag.
yeah,
you
before
haven't
you even open
still
it.
sealed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still like woo.
yeah,
Those
you
are
know?
gnarly. Yeah,
yeah.
like the whole room's
I'll
like
probably end
smelling
up
it.
buying some stronger ones just to see.
Where do you get them on Amazon?
Yeah, I bought them just on Amazon.
Smelling salts.
Yeah, like ammonia salts,
Yeah.
smelling
Okay.
salts, whatever.
I'm getting some.
Yeah, they're good to have. They're cheap, I'm sure. don't know.
I just need it for like keeping awake when I'm driving home
Yeah.
from work, man.
Yeah,
Just
I've-
long
I've
road
had
trips, dude.
That
Yeah.
one jar where they're all the individual snap ones. I think I've had in my truck since. I don't know, when was the last time we did one of those line call events?
Oh, really?
Really that long ago?
Yeah, with
Dude, that's
Yeah.
Memorial Day,
With
like
Sierra
3
Coast.
4 years
4
ago.
years ago. That was before.
remember with Sierra Coast when they put it underneath.
Dude, it was longer than that. That
Dude,
was
yeah, it
before
was before
COVID.
the yeah, it was
like
before-
18.
They put it
19,
under Josh's
19.
nose, and he
Yeah.
freaking started swinging his hand.
Yeah, when he woke up.
He thought he got punched in the face.
Yep, yep.
Dude,
That's how long I've had
that's
that thing in there.
2018.
And they still work fine.
28. I think it was 2018. Yeah.
Something like that. It's been a while, dude.
Yep.
Damn, dude, those were the days.
Yeah, we need to have another event though.
We should.
We
Damn,
should just do like
like a veterans event
What-
where it's
what
just
we-
all old guys.
what we always keep talking about is like going out there and not focusing on the mission,
Just
just
having
focusing on having fun. But every time we do that,
We gotta complete the mission.
we gotta do it.
We're too competitive, dude. Like,
Yeah.
no, we see an objective right there. We're gonna fucking
Well,
go.
no.
for it.
Here's what really happens. We go out there to have fun. We all agree. We're all
do.
like, yeah, let's just have fun. Let's just take it chill. We'll just be like a support element or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we see all these people doing dumb stuff and not going after the objective. And we're like, there's a lane right there. Just go. Just like
Yeah.
come on. Like hop these 2 buildings. You know. And then people just don't do it. They're just going around and doing all this stuff, stupid stuff. So we were like, fine, we'll do it. And then we end up getting hardcore about it.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do though is like literally sneak out onto the field and plant like ice cold beers. And like
Bury a
so
chest.
we have to hold this house until this 24 pack is gone.
And then we have to go to the
And
next
then we have
house.
to go to the next objective. And we have to hold that house until that 24 pack is gone.
Yeah.
Shotgun
You know what I mean?
We
beers.
gotta move to the next point, you know.
Yeah,
and
we
inside
gotta-
that cooler will be a map to the next one.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, the
Helko
next
Hunt.
objective.
That's what
Yeah.
dude, I'm serious though, dude. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like-
why is DH like
And the-
always going the wrong way?
And then
It's the right way.
the
Just the-
fourth one will have like a bottle of scotch. It's like,
There
oh
we
fuck,
win.
guys!
Candy night, guys.
By the time it's time for go back for lunch, we're just stumbling
Hammered,
everywhere,
yeah,
just
fuck.
tripping over shit.
John Lou's like, what happened?
Don't worry about those guys. Yeah.
We'll
stay
bring
away
out
from
our
them.
grill, be cooking out there while we're freaking suppressing fire.
Right.
Oh, dude, I saw this little baby smoker, a little baby Traeger that you put on fridge slides. This dude in the back of his truck had it on a fridge slide, and he just slide it out, and then it had like a little pivot type thing, and then he had a
Shit.
smoker, and then he was like making things. I'll send you the link. It was pretty dope, dude. I was like, wow.
Fancy.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Lux Landing.
Right?
Uh-oh. Now we're talking.
Yeah, but the problem is with a smoker is like most places you can't have a fire, and that's considered open
pellet
flame,
fire.
even though it's like a pellet feeder. It's still considered a fire.
Yeah.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking about that too. I was like, wait a minute. That dude, all he said was no wood and no charcoal. He didn't say anything about like a Duraflame log. But then he brought it up and he was like, no, it cannot be ash producing.
Yeah.
It cannot produce any ash. And I
Yeah,
was
like
like,
those
well,
pop-up
that's not
fire
what that
pits.
ranger said.
Yeah. He said, yeah.
Technicalities, man.
They get you.
Yeah. Oh,
But propane does produce ash.
Waltzing Matilda is on. He
Oh,
says,
yeah.
what's up?
Oh, what's up, dude?
How you doing, Robert?
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the trip. Doing a little recap. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we have a little bit longer on the live feed because our batteries are dying.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, but we'll continue on the podcast side.
The audio.
The audio, you can listen to it on next Friday. But no, it was that last camp spot was rad.
Yeah, it was actually way above that was shown reservoir.
Yeah, there's like nobody
way
up
up on,
there, which
on
was
the
rad.
mountains, and then it was nice and cool.
Dude,
What was your
That night.
elevation?
Like 5,000, a little above 5,000.
That's it?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
Because where you dropped me
no.
the pin, that was at 8,300.
Oh yeah, you were higher than we were for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like during the day, it was like probably like 70 or 80.
It says elevation was 7,100.
Did we get up that high?
7,000.
Oh, at that last campsite?
Yeah, at the last.
Okay, yeah, because that was higher. But down down by like Shaver Lake and stuff, I think it was like 5,000 there. And then
Oh, that's not that high.
and then we traveled up to that other spot. Yeah.
And there was pines?
Oh yeah, tons of pines. The whole area was covered. Yeah, and I was surprised how much water there was. Like there was a lot of little lakes all around there. I was surprised because you said so we were overlooking the Washoe Reservoir, but you were saying there's another bigger one just on the other side of that hill, right?
Yeah, just on the other side of that. Let's see here.
And the views were dope. And it was cool because
The Courtright Reservoir.
okay, that's right up there too.
Right above it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's trails for days all around there and stuff. And obviously, like the one we went down, not to meet there's fallen trees and stuff like that, so there wasn't a lot of people in there. And there's a bunch of fires in the general area, not like where we were, but off in the distance and stuff. So like it was kind of like a smoky skies, So at sunset and sunrise,
Lots of color.
dude, it was rad looking. I mean, it sucked because of the fire, but yeah, there was just super colorful skies and dope views.
Yeah, I was
We were
like
up above everything,
I was sitting out there on the rock, like looking at the view, and I was like, man.
Dude, I got some
This
pictures
looks
of
like-
you just sitting there all zen and shit. Dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like sneaking up, taking pictures of you.
I was like, man, this totally looks like a Bob Ross painting. It almost looks like that right there.
yeah, like those
It
colors.
looks a lot like those colors right
Yeah,
there.
all purples and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was a really cool shot. I still remember taking this one with the
The moon.
in the background. The
Whoa.
sun was going down, but it was like the sunset, so you had all the colors.
Yeah, the desert sunsets and
but
shit.
for some reason, the moon was like super bright that day. So
Yeah.
that was also the night that we had the kangaroo rats like hanging around us, like jumping all over our
coming
feet
to camp and
while
shit.
we're like trying to cook, and they're like jumping up our legs. We're like,
Yeah.
get the hell out!
I smell bacon, motherfucker.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I was, well, I'm about to cook you, bro.
Yeah, you're looking tasty. Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that was a dope little camp spot. I can't remember who gave us that one. Fuck, who was it? Can't remember. But yeah, he just dropped us a bunch of camp pins.
I think it was
Buddy of
was it-
Daniels or Roberts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a buddy of Daniels.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Robert
yeah.
knows.
Yeah, they both know. He did our chat, one of our chats, and we all thanked him for a camp spot. Yeah, that was a dope spot.
and that was the final night.
Yeah. We all decided to kind of head back a little bit early. Olaf and Paola stayed out. They actually wanted to go glassing because they wanted to hunt. They were looking for bears.
Okay, real quick on that. Jason, he is. I don't know if he still listens. He does a lot of hunting. He did the Ridge to Ridge podcast. That's one of his favorites. That our former, co-host used to, be on.
Be on, yeah.
But he said I talked to him like pretty much every day, and he caught a big bear.
Really?
Archery. Yeah, he caught a bear, and I said, man, like. He's like, yeah, bears are like going wild right now. He said there's like so much population, we can't even hunt enough of them because there's too many.
Wow.
So apparently there's a lot of bear.
Maybe that's why they're all about it.
He was up in Northern California where he got his.
Mm.
But he said, yeah, there's a ton of bear and they need some control around it. So, I'll show you some pictures later. It's a big bear.
Yeah.
Big brown bear.
Okay, yeah. Brown.
It's it looks like a grizzly, but it's not a grizzly.
No.
So.
Yeah, brown bears are bigger than grizzlies,
Oh, they are?
as far as I know.
I don't know. I know.
Oh, I have
black
no
bears are
idea.
Smaller.
Huh?
I know black bears are like one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
I
I'm
see.
pretty sure
I've only
brown
seen
bears are bigger than grizzlies.
I seen a brown bear once, but it wasn't that big. I don't know which one's bigger.
But
Actually.
a lot of black bears are actually brown.
Yeah, no, this one was brown. It was like a reddish color almost.
Yeah, it's probably a black bear.
What?
Yeah, there's black bears, like they look
Black?
like
Color
a lot of them
black.
are black, the color black, but a lot of them are like brownish, like red.
Really?
Yeah.
There's
Oh, I
also
got to
red
look at it.
pandas.
It could have been a panda.
It's red pandas.
I think we were in Yellowstone. No, we were in Jackson Hole when I saw it. The Tetons area.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was probably definitely a red panda.
Red panda.
But yeah, a lot of black bears are actually like reddish brown.
Somebody correct us in the comments.
Yeah,
if
blast
you
us.
have blast us in the comments.
motherfuckers.
Don't know shit. Well, you are correct.
Yeah, you're correct. I am not a botanist. I am not a biologist. I am not any of the above. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. It sounds like you guys had a good trip.
Yeah, I didn't. Did you see anything? I saw one doe. It was a big fucking doe too. Like when we were heading up to the campsite, I was like the only one who saw it. I'm like, oh shit! In that meadow, there's a big ass doe, just staring at us. Nobody else saw it. I was like, Zoe was passed out. Like Zoe, a deer. She's like, she's
Female deer.
Yeah, a deer.
Yeah, that was joking.
Yeah, we get it. Oh, 5% on the batteries. Shit.
Well, it's almost 6 o'clock, dude. Time's flying.
Apparently, to this website, there's several different phases of the black bear. So they even have like white looking ones.
Fuck is that? Looks like a polar bear.
Yeah, called a glacier commode. They have a glacier blue. They have blonde, cinnamon, black, and chocolate.
What
Ooh,
the
cinnamon.
Fuck?
It sounds like a crumpled cookies arrangement there.
Isn't that like those Teddy Grahams?
Yeah, Teddy Grahams, dude, back in the day. I remember those, the honey one, the cinnamon.
It's like a little blonde bear.
I love how you're showing the camera on the video feed and they can't see anything.
I know, I'm trying to see. It's just.
I was trying to show.
Which one is it? I guess the ears. It's all whited out. Yeah, you can't see it on camera.
But it's cool.
Look it up.
Google
You got Google.
Yeah, Googles.
Yeah. On the Googles.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it was a freaking awesome trip, dude. I mean, it's like, not only was it fun, just like, obviously, anytime you're doing like a treasure hunt or something like that, it's just like, you know, big kids Easter, you know, you get to go,
oh yeah.
It was, that part was a blast. And then just a group of people, we all got, you know, it was just a rad group. Everybody got on great. Everybody laughing and having a good time. It wasn't awkward because like that was the first time you met anybody there. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's right, because on the podcast, we'd meet all these people.
Yeah.
I haven't met 395 Junkie.
They're super cool. Yeah, you'd like them.
Yeah, I thought everybody was really cool.
I haven't met Waltzing Matilda.
I was a little sketched out because I was like, I don't know if I can trust these people, but everybody just gave off real good vibes.
Yeah.
Everybody was real chill.
Super offering up anything. Hey, you want some? You know, are you hungry? You want this? You know, a little beer? You know, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a good group. You know.
It's all about the food and the people.
I hope they all like me.
10 out of 10 will camp with again. You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, that was a good time, man. And then, supposedly, so, if I don't know if you follow it, so it's Helko Werk is the axe company who put this on. And I guess this is the second one they did. They did a Helko Hunt previously, season 1. And you could follow along on it, like YouTube and stuff like that. So if you want to kind of see what it was about, it was like Marco was on there, season 1. Doc Wrangler. Who else was it?
Rob.
Yeah, Adventure Rob, who was on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Overland V 1.0.
No, other Rob.
Oh, he turned into a Sprinter Van guy.
Yeah. Project Kilo.
Yeah. Sorry.
Transformer.
Yeah.
He was a YJ guy.
Yeah.
Or he still is.
I think he still has it. He just did a video, I think, with both of his vehicles. They're doing something else now. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah. So
I can't keep up.
I know.
Is that where we got the copy?
Yeah, he was sponsored by Solid Coffee for a little bit.
Who was? Rob?
Yeah.
Solid Coffee's good.
It's tasty little tea bag packets. Yeah,
there's a bunch of not a bunch. There's a handful of brands that are doing it, and they're all good.
Yeah.
You know, I just like the ease of it. So, sorry, can I hijack the mic real quick? So,
I just remembered something talking about coffee.
Yeah, coffee. So my dad and I went up, and he brought those instant coffee things, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, oh, that's lame. Like when I go up there, I want a really good cup of coffee. Blah 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 blah. Ended up being great. He bought these like little instant coffee things and just dump them in the hot water. So you basically just have your jet boil and you pour it in, done.
Dude, I love it.
It actually was good.
I do all like cold brews and shit in the morning now with just instant coffee. It's like a little scoop, stir it up in my ice, you know, and then I'm good.
Yeah, but like I do like those too because some of them have like the little paper things that like
you can
go
hang
over
it
the
on your
cup,
cup
and then you
and
just do the
stuff.
pour over. Like those are all cool. It's like it's all about the ease of use and
Especially,
for me the
Don't have to
convenience.
carry all that extra gear.
I don't want to have to clean up a bunch of stuff. I don't want to carry a bunch of stuff. I just want to like dump done.
Yeah.
Throw on the coffee.
Throw it on the ground, and then Aric will pick it up later.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do
It's a
that.
joke.
The instant coffee used to always come in MREs. but like we could never have the chance to actually like heat up water and actually have coffee. So we would always just dump it in your lip, and you just hold it in your lip like chew, suck on it,
ruin your teeth, stain it hardcore.
But that coffee that I made and I gave you some that
was fucking strong as shit.
That
dude.
Death Wish coffee, I didn't realize how strong it was because apparently it doesn't actually say it like on the bag or whatever. But Shelby looked it up because I made it really strong at home, and she had a cup of it and was like, "Oh my god, I do not feel well." Like, I'm getting like it's messed me up. And she like looks it up online or whatever. She's like, depending on how you make it, it's anywhere from 500 to 800 milligrams of caffeine per cup.
Per cut, like you're cutting lines. Shit.
And I go, that's why I was like, yeah, dude, I literally only have like half a cup of this stuff and I'm good to go. You know what I mean? But like, I gave you, I think like about half a cup.
Yeah, you're right here. It might be a little strong. I'm like, whoa.
Okay, so a cup of coffee is typically about 60
milligrams.
60 milligrams.
Yeah.
A Monster goes all the way up to about 300, I think.
Yeah.
And so if these are like 500,
the
that's like
five-
having two Monsters.
500 to 800 milligrams per cup.
Dude, it woke me up for
literally
sure,
death.
I was like ready to go.
Yeah, right?
Like, woo!
You're like 3 sips in, you're like, I feel it already.
Yeah, you have a little bit of coffee, do a little smelling salts. Wow,
That's fucking business. Yeah.
you fight in the UFC. Yeah, right on, guys. Sounds like a good one. So
if you ever want to see like season 1, follow along, and then they're going to take all our footage and all that kind of stuff that we took while we're there, and we sent them all our footage.
So they're compiling it all. They're going to make a video out of it.
A full series on YouTube of it for season 2.
And you guys took that much. Hunt. You took that much footage?
I don't know. They're going to try and make it whatever footage.
I took 35 gigs
Oh, jeez.
of video.
I did
4K.
4K, 100 FPS.
And we had a bunch like I was using my iPhone, I was using the drone, Robert using his iPhone drone.
It's cool to get different perspectives.
Like,
different.
Everybody had a camera out at some point, so there's a shit ton of angles and different footage and stuff like that all compiled. So hopefully they can chop it up and make something cool out of it.
Chop it up. I see what you did there.
But
anyways,
so
I always feel bad because like everybody else is like taking all these photos and stuff, and I'm like, oh, cool, and then like I never take photos.
I'm so bad with it.
So I'm always like, I'm sorry, everybody, I don't have any photos.
Dude, that's rad though. I mean, it's cool that a company like that is actually doing something
towards the
creative.
Yeah, they're trying to market for the overlanding crowd and outdoorsy,
and they're making you use your equipment, your gear, get to places, and then this is a piece of gear. This is a piece of equipment. So like you can actually use this, put it in your kit. Yeah. So hand it down. You know what I mean? This is like a generational thing.
Yeah, it's not a cheap. Like I have like my little hatchet I've had forever in my kit in my truck is like literally I think it's one of those Estwing drywall fucking axes. Oh, you know what I mean? You get it like Home Depot. I mean, it's worked forever, but
that's what I have, a Stanley one.
Yeah, and then my big axe that I never carry anymore was like the yellow handled one from Harbor Freight.
That's what I have.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you have. It's cheap, but now that I got a fucking legit nice good axe, I'm going to use it more probably.
Hell yeah. And when it gets dull, you bring it to him. He'll put an edge on it.
I got this guy to sharpen it up for me. So yeah.
And you have a lot of wood to chop, so we should do a video at your house, dude.
He's got an axe throwing course in his backyard.
I actually have a plan to make some videos, which I think you guys will get a kick out of.
Well,
I want to be a part of it. Only axes.
Only axes. There you go.
It'd be fun. Only X's. Axes. Axes.
Axes power? No. It's well, never mind. No, but that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, if you guys want to check it out, like I think they're gonna try and they try and put it together so they can put it out for like Christmas time or something like that, like
Black Friday sale,
like
type
a promotional
stuff.
thing to promote their product in that time frame. So it might be on YouTube. I'll put a link to it whenever it comes out on our Instagram and stuff. But
yeah, go support these guys. Go buy some of their stuff. It's high quality. It's rad.
If you're in the market, you want a good axe for your kit. Like look them up. Helko Werk. They're freaking rad. They got all different sizes.
Different handles.
Been making them since 1844.
1844 out of Germany. But they source some of the materials from the U.S., like the hickory and all that kind of stuff, right?
Is that what this is, hickory?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And they just forge it in Germany, basically.
They forever had those forges out there, so yeah.
1844, I see the little stamp. It's got a really cool stamp.
Yeah.
I mean, just the craftsmanship is awesome, so I'm stoked. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
I can't wait to actually bring it out and use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
well, we
I
got. I'll use it.
want to test the steel and everything.
Yeah, I want to chop
I'm gonna-
fucking wood.
Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna put it through its paces though, because
Oh, yeah, you'll use
I'm gonna
hard.
I'm gonna chop some steel cable and everything with it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I want to see what this thing's capable.
Yeah,
of.
prove it.
All right.
I want to see what the steel's gonna do.
These are great for hammering in some tent stakes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right on, guys.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll come out soon.
Because
So I'll see that.
sometimes you're chopping into a piece of wood and it's got a big tent
Nail in there.
nail or
Yeah.
something in that wood. You don't want it to take a big
Chunk.
Chunk of your axe out.
out of your edge. You know what I mean? Chip it out.
Yeah.
I want to see what it's going to do.
Hey, man. I mean, someone's got to do it. I mean, they build them for that kind of action, I'm sure.
Yeah,
They wouldn't.
abuse it.
Yeah, they wouldn't
Abuse
build
it.
these things and make them like just basic and worse than a Harbor Freight. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
No, they're solid. They're nice. But, yeah.
Well, cool, guys. Well, good trip. We have some new spots to go visit.
Yeah. And we might be able to do another one. They're talking about next year bringing season 1 and season 2 together.
Versus.
And we got to hunt separately. Like, we got to, I don't know, they're going to do more caches? Or we all team up and go after a cache together? I don't know, but hopefully that'll be exciting.
Dude, I'm gonna make sure I make it to that one.
Yeah.
If and when.
Yeah. We'll see it. Hopefully, if they're not like, okay, these guys suck, we're going to scrap all this footage.
Yeah.
Season 2 never happened.
Well, let's get them on the podcast. Let's give them more content to use.
We'll try to get them on here just because I want to hear more. Like, they can obviously explain their axes way better than we can, all the different types and styles. So yeah, we'll definitely try to get them in here.
I love all this stuff, man. This is like the leather, the how do you do this? What do you choose? What materials? I mean, you geek on them too. So
Oh yeah.
that's awesome. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you always want to get some plugs?
Yeah, well, what about
I want to hear about some updates.
Oh
Yeah.
man, well, I don't want to give a full update. I don't think we have time for that. And plus, it's not really that interesting yet.
But there's been changes.
There's been some changes. First change I want to call out is all these pictures you see if you're watching the live stream.
Oh.
We have pictures of my old vehicles behind me. Memories. And there's another one up there you can't see, but
Yeah.
that's Chile, Colorado is up there,
Oh
the
yeah,
ZR2.
that camera on. Yeah.
And, you know, you were talking about changes and stuff. You got his,
Somewhere.
Tundras and Land Rovers and all that good stuff. So thanks for decorating this place, man. You've done a really good job of putting this all together, getting the live stream cameras.
Well,
and
if we're on camera, I got to make it look a little bit not like my dining room.
I know, I didn't even shower. I came over in basically my pajamas, and I apologize. But
Dining
hey,
room. I
it's-
thought this was like the whiskey tasting room.
Oh,
It is
now.
It is. It's the coolest
That's the other
tasting room.
podcast.
Yeah, we go
yeah.
upstairs for that one. You know. Yeah.
What?
It's called. What is it called again? Whiskey in Whiskers. Is that
Whiskey and whiskers.
Ooh, we got the
Yeah.
But no, thanks for hooking it up, man. You even bought the antlers from the.
Yeah, got the antlers on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really coming together.
coming together,
really
man.
brings the room together, man. Yeah. But yeah, so speaking of my old vehicles, I don't own a single one of these vehicles anymore.
No, they're for
I today sold the ZR2.
Today you did?
This morning.
on his way here.
I sold it within an hour and a half of listing it on Facebook Marketplace.
For way
and
too
I had
low.
people hitting. Yeah, I did it low because a couple of reasons. One, interest rates are high.
Yeah.
And most people would have to finance a vehicle, of that price, right? And most people don't have like 36 grand cash just laying around, So I figured they'd have to finance it and figure that whole thing in. You have to price it right. I did the Kelly Blue Book on it and everything, and I'm not going to bore you with all my research, but I've bought and sold a lot of cars. My goal was to get rid of it quickly for a fair price, and I want the person who buys it to feel like they got a great deal, which they did, and they're going to love it and they're going to enjoy it. So it's kind of cool because the guy who bought it from me, he ended up just paying me cash out of his business because he builds custom mountain bikes.
Oh.
And he has a Tesla Model X where he's driving around. He's like, man, I can't be doing this if I'm going to events. He's like, I need like a vehicle that's
fits the-
capable doing mountain bikes and something that I can work out of and carry gear and everything. And then you have no idea how excited he was because he had no idea because I didn't put everything on there that I have done to it.
Yeah.
And I took off a lot of the stuff because I'm going to use it for my next build, which we'll get to. But there was the alu cab table, and if you're working on
you can pull
bikes,
that out.
I pulled it out. He's like, "What is this?" He's like, "It comes with a table." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, check this out." And so I popped it open. It's like, pop the legs out. He's like, "Man, that's so dope." And he's like, "This is so light. It's aluminum." And so
wait a minute. You want the table too?
Oh, that's extra.
10 grand.
Yeah. Well, and I said, he's like, "This comes with it?" I was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Wow." He gives me a fist bump. He's like, who did all this? I was like, "It was me." He's like, "Yeah." So then I showed him. I was like, "But wait, there's more." And I showed him he didn't notice the flat mountain hatch tailgate.
Gotcha.
Cutting board work bench type thing. And he's like, "Wow, so I have all this flat space and I can work on it." He's like, "All I need is an awning." And I was like, "Yeah, go for it, dude. Get an awning and throw it up there and, work it out."
I'm surprised you didn't say, as a matter of fact.
I already sold to Sergio.
Yeah.
But I wish I didn't because I want an awning now, but whatever. So yeah, sold to Colorado today. The dude was super stoked. Sold it within an hour and a half. Tons of people were all...
Mind me asking how much you got on it?
36.
Oh, you did get it 36.
People were like, "Oh, I'll give you a little bit less, And I was like, "No, dude, I have like people fighting over it."
Yeah.
By the way, Kelly Blue Book, the range was 34 to 38 private party sale, depending on condition and everything else. That doesn't include all the upgrades that I did to it, and I did a lot to it. And I put brand new tires on it, brand new Bison wheels,
deck that thing
5 matching alu cab with the table, with the front runner rack and snorkels and all this stuff. I didn't expect to get money out of it. A lot of people, when they did their overland builds, they're like, "I bought the truck for 45. I put 10 grand into it, so I want to get 60."
Yeah,
they don't even do the math.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so I was like, "Nah, dude. It's like I used it. I had my fun with it. The truck is used. It has 41,000 miles on it, and they were all long distance miles because we were mostly driving to these locations.
Spots.
So." The person got a great deal. I just didn't want to haggle. Yeah. It's a great truck, and I just had it professionally detailed. I spent $340 getting this thing outside, inside, engine bay. It looked brand new.
Like, I don't want to sell it now.
That's what I told my dad. I was talking to him. He's like, I was like, "Man," I kind of looked at it. I was like, "Damn, I don't even want to sell it now."
Did he mention the company?
Yeah, so it was MTB for like mountain bike plus.
MTB Plus.
MTB Plus. He's out of Irvine. Super nice dude. He's like an Indian dude, I think. He was super chill. I like him a lot. So
maybe we'll see him on a trail sometime.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. So there I go, playing footsie with you again. Yeah. That's my phone buzzing because people are commenting.
Daisy was forcing me into your feet.
Oh, there. That's
we're 1% on our video feed. So
all right, guys.
If our video feed dies out, we apologize. You'll just have to tune into the rest. On the audio.
Well, I'll make this quick. Yeah. I got rid of that, but about 3-4 weeks ago, I purchased a Porsche Cayenne S. And I've been talking about that for a couple years now, and I actually pulled the trigger because I found a really good example. Got the V8 naturally aspirated with... were you off the live feed now?
No.
Oh, okay. Got the V8 in it, so loud V8 German noises now.
Yeah.
So
time to start decking that out.
The axe, the Helko axe, which is made in Germany, will go quite well with the Porsche.
Very fitting.
Yeah. So now I got to build it, and we will talk about the plans at a later date once I have some more solidified plans.
Keep an update on that one. Get an updated one.
Yeah. Lots to come.
Lux landing vehicle.
Lux landing, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yep. You got your chandelier already, right?
I actually got rid of the chandelier. It was all falling apart and shit. I have to get a new one. I still have the Light Ranger, but I need to get a new chandelier. So, yeah. Well, that's it. We'll talk more about that at a later date.
Yeah. Anything coming up? So today's Friday. Everybody's probably going up to the Toyo event. Welcome Valley. But
Land Cruiser dude, shout out.
Yeah, Mark, I talked to him today. He's going up. He's trying to twist my arm. I got so much shit to do this weekend. I don't know if I can. I might try to buzz up there for a day. So next week when you're listening to this, or if you're watching this, maybe I'll be up there. I don't know. But I can't decide. I'm torn. It's so close, but I literally just got back from that last trip. I haven't unpacked even. I'm going on a trip next weekend.
Where are you going?
I don't know, somewhere local. Zoe She wanted to take her friend camping, and I couldn't bring her friend with us, so I said, okay, we'll go on another day, pick a day. She's like, how about the 20th? Cool. I'm like, okay. And she's like, they want to go fishing somewhere, so I got to find a somewhere to go fishing local, hopefully within like an hour or two.
Hemet Lake.
Yeah, I could go up there. I might.
Right by Thomas Mountain.
Yeah, I might
and then just run up the hill.
Yeah, I might just do that. Do something simple, quick and easy. They can throw a line, and we can go camp somewhere basic.
If I get my new tires on, maybe I'll join you.
Yeah, come on up.
I just invited myself.
More the merrier. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we'll do the Toyo event, but if not, somebody tell us how it is. I think sponsor Wifey Mall Rig, who were on our last episode. I think they're gonna make it up there. Bound for Nowhere's up there for their
tons of people.
Tons of people.
Saw a ton of rigs going up there.
So many people posting up about it. So it'll be a rad event. So yeah, if you can go up there, if you're watching.
Holcomb Valley Ranch still?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it's always. I went last year and it was a lot of fun. It was a cool spot. It was a lot. Last year was cold as shit. This year's
gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hot. Yeah, last year we were freezing our asses off. I remember Norm was made us all dinner or something. Like, it was cold as fuck. But yeah, this year it's pretty warm right now. Like here at the house, it was 109. It's fucking toasty. So up there it's gonna be like easily in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, I'd say 80s.
Yeah, just be prepared. Up Big Bear Mountain. So
yeah, I don't know if they're sold out or not, but 395 Junkie.
they sold out.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
but they're the veteran weekend.
Yeah, the Wounded Warrior.
What is that? Do you have the date on there right off the bat? It's a rad event too. It sells out all the time, but it's got a shit ton of sponsors for that as well.
Yeah, it's Veterans Weekend, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
November?
Yeah.
No. When's Veterans Day? It's November, isn't it?
Is it that?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
November.
You're right.
It's like early November.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, it's not October.
There's the
but
Marine Corps birthday, and then there's Veterans.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Right on.
I'm pretty sure Norm's already got tickets for that. He loves going to that event. Yeah.
Yeah. He was telling me like you should come, and I'm like, dude, it's like right before my wedding. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
Go with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year you'll go. Yeah, it'd be a good time.
Right
For our 1 year anniversary.
Hey, where's it at this year? I know last year you did it out by Kofa
I think
Oh,
he said
that's
it's out
right.
by Lone
or
Pine.
Courtside.
Oh, Lone Point.
Oh,
It's out by Lone Pine.
yeah.
I think
That'd be a
what he
rad
said.
spot. Yeah. That'd be a cool one.
Go to Holy Smoke Barbecue on your way up.
Oh,
Or I think that's actually
fun.
a Bishop. Never mind.
Pretty close, pretty close.
Past. Same thing.
Same.
You're all the way up there. Just go. Yeah. Cool. You got any shout outs?
Oh, just thanks for having me along, man. It was fun.
Yeah, glad you got to make it, dude. It was fun. Yeah.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
Good to see
We're
you
back
guys
at it,
again.
man.
Yeah.
Trying.
Back in business, baby.
Yeah. We got a good one next week's podcast.